Hello. Hello, Mr. John Ward.
He- Hello, hello, Mister OGP.
That would be the king of wishful drinking to you, sir.
Oh, okay. I'm
King of
not.
wishful drinking.
I can't say OGP.
You can, but I mean, I prefer the king. So,
Is it passe?
yeah, sure.
It
It is Horror Movie Monday, sir. How are you doing? How was your weekend?
was good, but apparently we have a lot of energy.
Yeah, no, we gotta
How's
get
it
going.
going? How's it hanging?
I am trying to I'm trying to really get going here because I've been feeling a little under the weather today. I think I'm just wiped out from Vegas, then immediately home the next day in LA, and then after that Texas. And I'm just wiped out. I think that's what it is. So we got to pump it up. We got to build up the energy. I've came equipped with two brand new Diet Coke, ice cold Diet Cokes here. So I've got my caffeine, and then I've got my backup bottle of water. So I'm ready to rock and roll. Do you have a beverage of choice this evening, sir?
I do have my coffee, but it's a Halloween coffee, so it's like that pumpkin coffee,
Okay,
and
nice.
I too have a backup bottle of water.
Nice,
So
nice. Well, happy Horror Monday, Horror Movie Monday to you. We got some fun stuff to talk about tonight, everybody. We're going to do a cool thing that was John's idea. We're going to be doing now through Halloween. So join us for that, shall you?
It's Horror Movie Monday, you already know. Chills in the air, and the tension's low. OGP steps up, setting the tone. Always in charge, yeah, sitting on the throne. Sean Ward steps in with a confident stare. Nipples getting hard from the icy glare. Bowser's in the back, creeping through the dark. Lurking in the silence like a phantom arc. It's Horror Movie Monday, lights down low. Screens on the screen, let the madness flow. We laugh, we jump, we scream, we play. Every week it's thrilling in a twisted way.
What's your favorite scary movie?
fuck you.
Okay, well, I just went and turned my volume all the way up, and I turned off the automatic adjuster thing. How are we doing? Are we any better? Apparently, they can't hear me. John can hear me fine, right?
I can hear you fine.
Do I seem louder now than before the intro there?
I think you sound louder,
Okay.
but
Well,
I'm not the
hopefully,
one who matters.
we both matter in this, but
It
I
is
don't. I just
our lovely peeps.
I have no fucking idea. It drives me nuts. But anyways, let's talk. I'll just try and get barely hearing me. God dang it. Why I hear John fine. John hears me fine. I don't understand it. Um, yeah, I'm volume's all the way up. My levels are showing good. Loud and clear OGP audio is good. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't like your time zone, Balzer. I don't know. I apologize, but I'm gonna go. We're getting deep in this microphone, baby. Oh yeah. Can you hear me breathe? Can you hear my nostril whistle?
Oh yeah, yeah. Uh,
Oh, oh yes. Oh, how's that audio? Do you like that? Can I? You want some good audio? I give good audio all night long. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. John, you came up with the idea to talk about these Halloween movies and to kind of go through the entire franchise between now and Halloween. Did you not?
yes, yes. Yeah, you messaged me saying, "Hey, are you going to watch anything tonight that I might have?" And so I named off some movies, and then thought, "Well, wait, what if we just did the Halloween movies, and just did maybe like two a week, and then
Yeah.
just did as many as we could up to the week of Halloween, and just see where we end at."
Yeah. So I'm looking at some of the comments from the um, audio issues there. So I think we're doing good though. But yeah, so John came up with the idea that because we are getting close to Halloween, of talking about one of the Halloween movies or to make it work in the 6 weeks that we have, doing 2 at a time. Now, there are 13 total Halloween movies if you count the new trilogy and the Rob Zombie too. So, will we go with all 13 movies? What say you, sir? What do you think? Are we going to go through all of them?
I think so. I think we just keep
Okay.
going and going and going until we stop to the end of October. And that's if we're counting Halloween 3, and if we're doing everything, then the next week should be 3 and 4.
Yes. So we will be we'll dive into these in a little bit. Here I have Halloween 1. And if you didn't know, I posted on Instagram last night, and I know a lot of you may not want to follow me on Instagram because my Instagram account is not just horror movies. It's my Instagram account. So I do, talk about other things on there. And hopefully you want to join me and you don't mind, me deviating from the horror movie stuff. But if not, I understand. But I did post on Instagram last night that we were going to be talking about these two today. So that is going to happen. Also, this week coming up is Strangers Chapter 2 coming out. This past week was Him. John, did you go see Him?
No, I like the trailer, but I've been hearing nothing but bad things.
I did not like the trailer. I'm not the whole sports aspect to it kind of turned me off, so I did not go see it. And plus I left Texas Friday and got back home Saturday, and then what did I do yesterday? I watched a couple Halloween movies, and I think I just kind of slept in, and because I was just worn out. And then today I just haven't been feeling so hot. But I've not gone to the theater in a couple weeks now, so forgive me for that. But I don't know that I wanted to see Him anyways. And I know, being a Horror Movie Monday show, we should watch these movies and talk about them. But it was just bad timing with everything else going on right now. So we'll get to that. But maybe we'll talk about it down the road or something. I apologize.
Syphilis will wipe you out.
Ooh, yes. No, you know what? I mean, I did go swimming in some swampy water that had some kind of green stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll come in with a big goofy eye and green and turn into swampy, or not swampy, Toxie next week.
I would prefer Swamp Thing over Toxie.
That'll be the Toxic OGP, Toxie OGP. There you go. So we have no new movie news or reviews. So no news is good news, says Gary Gnu. If you don't get that reference, sorry, suck it. But John has some pickups. I have some pickups in the way of Funko Pops. I also have some movies that I picked up out there in Dallas at the good old movie trading company that I'm going to go through. I have 10. And it's funny because they had a sale. If you bought 10 items, you got $10 off. I didn't even realize that, and I wasn't even counting. But I bought 10 items and you got $10 off. So that
Nice.
worked out great. So we'll be going into pickups. But before that, I do want to say hello to everybody. But also, before that, we got to talk about... Horror headlines. Oh, yeah. Weapons director Zach Kreger is saying the prequel talks are real. It's a real thing that we may very well get a prequel to Weapons, and pretty excited about that. What say you, John?
No, we do. I know you and I differ on this, but I don't need to know. No, I wouldn't mind a sequel. That'd be fine. But if they're just going to ruin it, and
I don't want to spoiler alert as to why that really couldn't happen, but a prequel as to learn more about our bad guy, for lack of a better term there. Don't you want to learn more about that person and why they tick the way they tick?
Not really. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well,
I'm fine not knowing.
we may just shove it down your throat anyways. Rennie Harlan has a shark thriller, Deepwater Floats. Oh no, here we go. So Rennie Harlan, shark thriller, Deepwater. Deepwater is the title. They were being funny with their words, but floats to a 2026 theatrical release date. So Rennie being busy with Strangers and Strangers Chapter 2. I'm telling you, I'm not very excited for Strangers Chapter 2. John, have you looked at the trailer for it recently?
No, I didn't like the first one, even though I own it. I just don't care. No.
Yeah. You know what? The trailer looks okay, but being that I sat through that panel there at San Diego Comic-Con and was not impressed with what was going on, I think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be a disappointment, just like Strangers Chapter 1. And then with that being said, I think Chapter 3 is also probably going to suck. Hopefully, Rennie Harlan and his shark movie or Deep Water. I don't know. Maybe it's not a shark movie. Maybe it's just a deep water movie or something. But hopefully he gets back on track with that. Rupert Friend, Kevin Durand, Jaden Martell. I don't know who Jaden Martell is, but Kevin Durand and Rupert Friend, we love them. Join Guillermo del Toro's The Boy in the Iron Box for Netflix. The Boy in the Iron Box, based on books co-written by Guillermo del Toro, has cast the people I just named in the upcoming. I'm guessing it's going to be a flick and not a show or something. But The Boy in the Iron Box, does that interest you?
I've never heard of it, so I'd have to look more into it.
Okay. That's just news, just posted today, so I haven't had a chance to really dive into it yet either. Let's see here. There's rumor that Hayden, I'm going to butcher her last name, Hayden Panettiere, is returning for Scream 7 as well. It seems like they're going to get everybody who's ever been in a Scream movie, aside from our Palestine supporters to come back. Otherwise, they've named everybody. So, and I saw something kind of cool. I never knew this before. I saw a little video clip that there is a cameo in the background of Scream 2 from, oh, son of a bitch, why am I drawing this blank? Who's one of the two killers in the first one?
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard, thank you. Matthew Lillard has a cameo. He's walks through the background of Scream 2. So,
yeah, he's at a party.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But he was just visiting the set, and he thought it would be funny to just walk through the party.
Yeah, and that's great. But I mean, it adds to the lore or the idea that maybe his character didn't die. Maybe he's still around somewhere.
Yeah. So I just watched the trailer for The Strangers Chapter 2. I mean, it looks okay. It looks fine.
Yeah. It's I've seen a couple of reviews already. Inadvertently, they just popped up, but it's not sounding good. So
and I was thinking, because the start of the trailer is her in a hospital. I'm like, it's all going to be Halloween too. But no, the trailer shows more than that. But we'll see. I'll watch it on streaming. I'm just not going to give it money in the theater.
Yeah, it's funny. So at San Diego Comic-Con, Remy was talking about this one long shot they did in the hall in the hospital, where they follow her for such a long time. And then last night, I'm kind of jumping into the Halloween stuff. I'm watching the audio commentary from John Carpenter and
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Thank you, Jamie Lee Curtis. And they were talking about all these different shots. And if you watch the first Halloween, there are a lot of very long shots. The most famous is the shot where young Michael walks around the house, goes inside the house, kills his sister, goes back outside and everything. And that's not one shot. It's actually 4 shots, but they edit them together so well that most people don't know that. But they have a lot of shots like that where John Carpenter just holds on to the shot for a long time. So I don't think Remy's doing anything unique or new by doing this. And what I saw with sitting there with Phat Samurai Guy was it seemed like they were trying to be, they cared more about the length of that shot than they did the quality of content. So I'm worried about that movie. One other thing that I wanted to mention because I think it's pretty cool. The Conjuring Last Rites is now the highest grossing, and it's only been out for a month. It's now the highest grossing Conjuring film of all time in that entire franchise. It's passed everything else. So kudos to them for marketing the shit out of that. And I hope wherever we go, if it's a TV show, if it's a prequel, if it's a whatever, I hope they do it justice. So,
oh yeah, baby.
I just thought I'd throw that up there. You want to see that again? You want to take?
Oh, that is
look,
awesome. Look at that package.
Getting all hot and bothered right there. But yeah.
Good thing you can't see my hands.
Ooh. So I think it's about time. We'll say hello to everybody, and then we'll just dive into our pickups. And then, or should we go pickups first, or should we go into the Halloween movies first?
How about do Funkos first, then say hello to everybody, and then we could go into pickups and then do Halloween.
Well, I want to say hello to everybody first. Let's say hello.
Then why ask?
No. That wasn't the option. It was pickups.
Oh God,
or Halloween.
I look like Rob Reiner.
Mm. You kind of do. It was pickups or Halloween first, not like first. But anyways, here we go. Let's. Gail is here. Hello, everybody. Hope we have a great horror movie Monday. Hope you do too. Gail, you had mentioned about a package, and it did not show up today. But it showed yesterday. It was saying that it was going to come today, but it did not. So hopefully it shows up tomorrow. But Gail just received his Night of the Living Dead 1994K. Very nice. Very jealous. When I was at the movie trading company out there in Texas, I looked to see if they have it, but I don't think it was out in stores yet.
Gail, where did you find it? I have looked everywhere, and I cannot find this for purchase anywhere.
Yeah, you might have got it. Who's distributing it? It's not. Is it Severin or Vinegar or Arrow? Shout. He might have got it straight through their website or Amazon or something. Let's see. Deadpool says, honestly, I have no interest in the Stranger series. Happy Horror Monday. OGP, it is vamp time. Deadpool fanatic. You know what? I think you're right. I do believe
It's vamp time.
It is definitely vamp time. Let's get this party started. Jonathan, what's going on, Jonathan? How you doing? James is in the house. What up? Michael Myers must be filming a new Austin Powers movie. That's probably what he's doing. Yes. Antonis is in the house. What up, Antonis? Looking forward to Strangers Chapter 2. I thought Chapter 1 was okay at best. I'm not a hater of it like most people, but I'm certainly not a lover of it either. And that's fair. That is very fair. Wicked Network's in the house. What up? How you doing? And yes, rest in peace to Robert Redford, passed away a few days ago. And that was very, I mean, you know, I think he was 89, but still kind of a shock out of left field. You didn't expect that news. So, you know, and I mean, and it's kind of funny because Robert Redford hadn't done anything really that wasn't kind of like indie or anything in a long time. And then he jumped into the like MCU and did that at least one Avengers movie, right? I think it was an Avengers movie that he popped up in. Yeah. Do you recall, John? Yeah. And I haven't seen.
Yeah, he's in one or two of them. It's like I think he's in, you know, like Endgame and yeah, whatever the other one is. The two end ones.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Bones, what's up? I have no idea what Boglins means. I really don't. John, does that you know what he's getting at there?
Boglins kind of looks
Yeah,
like goblins, but
yeah, no, don't know. Yeah.
Mm.
Let's see here. Sorry. Moving on. I hope everyone's doing well in the chat. I hope OGP and Mr. Johnny Fabulous doing well. Brent
Good,
Maniac
thank you.
doing very
Thank
well.
you.
Thank you. Yes. OGP should get rewarded for your funny thumbnails every Horror Monday. Well, I try. And today I wanted to do a little bit better, but I wasn't feeling well. So taking the time to put Michael Myers up in that door frame popping out, because the hospital shot that I used on the thumbnail was just like a whatever you call that company where you can get like professional pictures or whatever. So that was just like, it was a stock photo of a hospital, and I put Michael Myers back there and then put us in front being goofy. In honor of Halloween 2, because they can't find Michael Myers, don't know where he is, but he's at the hospital. How's G-Van? What up? Time to party. There you go. Scream Factory is releasing Day of the Dead. So Scream Factory. John, I think you have a connection over there at Scream Factory, or you did, right?
I did. Yes. No more though. I am looking up the Night of Living Dead, and Gail said eBay for like $40. I'm finding nothing but foreign. $100, $200, $133.
Yeah, it's probably because people bought them already, and they're trying to. What do you call
but
that?
most of this is foreign.
Okay.
It's a it's the limited edition 4K, but it's like United Kingdom. I'm not finding this thing anywhere.
We'll just go straight to Shout Factory.
I think it says it's Sony Entertainment.
Let's see. Well, Shout Factory is Day of the Dead. George Romero's Day of the Dead. I'm seeing that right here.
Yeah, that's been released a couple times by them.
Yeah.
But not, I'm just not seeing.
Yeah.
I'm not really seeing anything. So I don't know.
Yep. Not sure. I don't know. Jonathan says, what are your thoughts on The Purge? I thought The Purge is a pretty decent franchise. It was kind of fun. John, do you like The Purge?
I love The Purge, and I wish it would really happen. I have a list already.
Nice. Antonis loves the Halloween background so much. Very nice.
It is nice.
And we get past the audio stuff that we already kind of dealt with. Hopefully we're still doing good. Daniel's in the house. What up, Daniel? How you doing?
Hey.
Have you watched Jester from 2023? I did. I was not a fan at all. You haven't seen it, John?
No, I know of it, but it just looked like a Terrifier.
Kind of, yeah. And I just, right off the bat, you knew it was going to be lower budget. It just wasn't. Just not put together very well. I just wasn't a fan. I know there's a sequel coming out, but I don't know if I care. It was on my list of movies to buy, and then I watched it, and then it fell off of my list of movies to buy. So that's where I'm at with that. Black Phone 2 is going to be the new Nightmare on Elm Street. We'll see. James, Black Phone 2 looks good. The first Black Phone was great, and very excited for Black Phone 2. John, now, have you seen Black Phone?
Yes.
And is this a question I ask you like 52 times?
Yes.
Okay, you're welcome.
But I know I kind of ragged on you about it. Like, dude, you've asked me this like 5 times. I know I've seen that film at least 3 times, and I can't remember one thing from it. So I know I watched it twice. I'm pretty sure, because when I was watching it the 3rd time, because we were talking about it on here, I'm like, I know I've seen this.
Yeah.
So I think I've seen it at least 2 or 3 times, but I just don't remember.
Now, have you seen, there's a movie, is it like the summer of 84 or the summer of 85, something like that? Have you seen that movie?
Oh, is that the Stranger Things kid?
I don't remember. No. That's a Hell of a Summer.
Oh.
But I think it was summer of 84 or 85, something. But it kind of has the same vibes as Black Phone, where it involves like kids and this weird dude and stuff. But anyways, that's a good one if you are looking for.
I enjoyed Black Phone. My biggest problem is why they couldn't find him in 5 minutes. I mean, it's if you know he's going around in a creepy van and he literally parks his creepy van in his driveway. Why aren't you finding him? So
Yeah.
it's
Well, did they know it was him though at that point?
if
I need to go back and
well,
rewatch it.
well,
I've only
not
seen it the once.
him, but they know that he's driving up and kidnapping these kids. So you're
Yeah.
driving around trying to find these kids. You're a cop, and then you go past a house, and sticking out of the garage is a creepy looking van. I think I would probably go, "Hey, Chief, there's a creepy looking van. We should check this out." And go check it out. It's just like I'm like, why did it take so long for them? They didn't need some psychic girl. They just drive around.
Just like John Carpenter said in the audio commentary for this last night,
Okay.
if Jamie Lee Curtis hadn't thrown the knife away, we wouldn't have a movie. So apparently Jamie Lee was mentioning the fact that because she throws the knife away twice after stabbing him, and when she should just keep the knife so he can't get it or she can defend herself, but she throws it away. And then John Carpenter's like, but then we wouldn't have a movie. So, so it's I guess it's that kind of thing where we need that being oblivious to things, I guess. But Christian's in the house. What up, Christian? How
Hey,
you
Christian.
doing? Antonis, tomorrow we're getting Superman 2025, 28 years later, Mega 2.0 on physical media. Nice. Those are 3 that I'm going to have no part of buying. But thank you for sharing. If anybody else is interested, let's see here. Heard Barbarian maybe getting a release. Yes. I am like fingers crossed that happens. Barbarian would be one that I would absolutely love to buy. I would be buying it as soon as it comes out. I hope I can give The Strangers Chapter 2 a higher score than what I gave Chapter 1. Yes, I agree. I want it to be better as well. 13 likes, 26 watching. Everybody, yeah, if you would, please. Thank you, Mr. Bones. If you would hit that thumbs up button, it would really, it would fill my heart with joy. And I don't know about John, but it would fill my heart at least. John,
I have
fill
no,
your,
I have no heart. I have
Son
no
of a
heart.
bitch.
I have no soul.
Prequel would not necessarily be bad, John. It would be a good thing, John.
I don't mind prequels for some things, but I don't want to know these things because it never lives up to what you think. They always do some crappy, thing where it's going to be a different actress playing her because she has to be younger. It's not going to be that interesting. No, I don't know. And you have to, a lot of the times they retcon stuff, where it's like, well, that doesn't make sense to weapons. Are they going to do another prequel to then answer this? So no, I can live with that.
I would hope. Yeah, I would hope not. But we'll see. We'll see. I hope. I enjoyed the movie so much. I just want more. I'll take what I can get.
I want Miss March too. That's what I want.
Mr. Bones says, well, Hayden was in the last one, OGP. I'd like her back. Yeah, you know what? And that's right. Now that you're mentioning that, I remember. But it is, man, I've seen about, since that movie came out, I think I've seen over 200 or close to 300 other movies. So, yeah, forgive me for getting that. I was just reading news stories off of this website. Went to a yard sale and picked up some Wes Craven autograph on Scream DVD. Paid $3. It came with JSA.
Wow.
Wow. Very nice, Gail.
Came with a certificate. That's cool.
That is great. Yeah, and JSA is very trustworthy certificate. Mario, what's up, Mario? How you doing?
Hey.
I love long continuous shots. It's rare to see a oneer in recent years. Yes, and even in the audio commentary from this, and I don't know what year John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis recorded that audio commentary. My guess, because it seems like it was before Halloween 2018 came out, because Jamie Lee Curtis was talking about how she hadn't done a horror movie in like 20 years. So I think it had to been before that. But they were talking about how in modern horror movies, you don't see those long shots. I know John's a fan of the long shots, right?
I love long takes. Yeah, I love it. I mean, I don't know if it started there, but everybody wants to try to do the opening scene for Touch of Evil, the Orson Welles movie. That at the time was the longest tracking shot.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and I'll tell you, we'll dive into the Halloween stuff in a minute, but I had a great time listening to them talking about the shots and stuff. Halloween, Gail saw Halloween, went and saw it, so I'm guessing in theaters, huh, in 78? Yeah, I was a little young for me, but John, did you see Halloween in theaters, or were you still too young for that?
I saw Halloween 2 in the theater.
Okay.
I watched, I think, Halloween on VHS when it came out.
Nice. DG's looking forward to next month. Theater nearby that I watched The Thing a week ago will also be showing Scream, From Dusk Till Dawn, Army of Darkness, Silver Bullet, Prince of Darkness. Nice, DG. Those
are some
great
good ones.
movies,
Yeah.
especially to watch in a theater, especially if you're watching, in one of those like small kind of cozy theaters. Like man, I'm drawing a blank. The one that Quentin Tarantino owns over in Hollywood, where it's like that small, old school looking theater.
Well, yeah, you go in and then you set a fire to one of the seats, so you can kind of keep your hands warm and toasty,
yes.
roast some marshmallows while you're watching the movie.
Nice.
That's the best way to do it in the theater.
So Gail got on eBay for $39. So and I think that's the going rate for it. But we shall see. We shall see. Redford was in Winter Soldier. Thank you, Christian, and thank you, Mr. Fungi.
And he had a cameo in Endgame.
Okay. Did not. Okay. Yeah.
Endgame.
I don't remember which ones. No, I just don't know which ones I have seen. I've seen some of them, but or Mr. Fungi. Is it Fungi? I apologize. I think I've had this conversation before. I got the Spinal Tap on 4K from Criterion. Got the new Spinal Tap book, which is signed by Rob Reiner. Oh, very nice. And I just ordered Spinal Tap 2 soundtrack on CD. Wow, that is you are a diehard Spinal Tap fan, Greg.
So, Greg, if you're this big of a Spinal Tap fan, do you have Lenny and Squiggy present Lenny and the Squigtones? That is the origin of Spinal Tap. So if you don't have it, I think it's on eBay. It's one of the best live albums I've ever heard. It's Lenny and Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley. So that was the genesis of Spinal Tap.
Nice. Oh, it looks like Gail says Amazon already sold out, which is kind of not surprising because everybody wanted that once it got announced.
I have a bootleg work print of it. But
nice.
Yeah, I would love to have like a good clean copy of that.
Yeah, I need to get a good 4K. I'll find one somewhere someday. Masashi just got a region free 4K. Decent.
Nice.
IETV, what's up? How you doing? Have you been to the theater in Rialto? It's nice. No, you know what? I have not, and I know like around Southern California, there are a few of those kind of quaint theaters that I have not been to many of them. Rialto's not too far from here. I'll have to maybe look up their schedule and see what they got playing over there. But good to know. And my thing is, especially with the newer movies, having my pass, I really just kind of stick to the Regals. Unfortunately, I know that's not a lot of fun, but that's the way it is. HC, can you sign my copy of Unsane? Well, HC, if you and I was looking, I saw him in Zia when John and I were there. They're asking like $9 for Unsane. And I was like, that is insane to ask $9.
I tell you what, if you sign it to him and send it, I will give you my copy to send out. I only paid like $1 for it or $1.25. I don't care.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, and that's what I paid, like $1 or $1.25 for mine. So I didn't mind cutting it up and throwing it in the trash. HC, I think you kid. Thank you so much for the super chat. If you really have it set in your heart that I sign your copy of Unsane, I can't make it. I can't guarantee that it will get out of here in one piece, though. You may receive it back, and it may look like a little puzzle inside the box. No, I kid. If you sent me a movie to sign, I would very reluctantly sign it, but I would do it. I would do it for you.
Oh, it's his copy of it. Okay, I thought he meant.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, send it to him. Have him sign it. That'd be funny.
Oh man, noise. Bromania. It is very noise when somebody says that's noise. And I think we had that conversation last week, and I have yet to upload. There's a couple different clips that we want to get uploaded into our little bank of clips, but Norse has not made it yet. OGP, I ordered an animatronic from Spirit Halloween online on Saturday. What did you get? Which character did you get? That's cool. I want Spirit Halloween has from the movie, not the original doll that John noticed in a particular movie we're going to be talking about here soon. The original Annabelle doll, but the one from the movie they have at Spirit Halloween, but it's like $100. So I'm just not willing to pull the trigger on that.
I went over to Joe Lujan's house the other day, and because he was having a private screening of a film that I was in, and he goes, "Look what I got," and he got 2 of the life-size Chuckies in the boxes.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, dude, those are like $500 each. And he goes, no, they have them at Spirit. They got them for like $80.
Wow.
So I might be taking a trip over there on next payday. They're also on the website, but they're like $10 more.
Okay. Yeah, and that's I'll tell you, if that's the case, you can get it for less than $100. Everybody, what happened there? What was that? Where,
wow.
Where did that come from? I apologize. I hadn't even had a sip of Diet Coke in
Burning
quite a while.
down the house.
But so many people will be very upset. There was the demons coming out of me. I do believe that I probably got some demons that I need to exercise.
Oh, you got a lot of them, man. You got a lot of them.
But so many people will be so mad if they spent like $400 or $500 to get one of those dolls, and now you can get them for like $100. I
don't think these are like old ones. I think that these are new ones that were made probably for Spirit, and then so that's why they're so cheap. But if you bought one of the original dolls when it originally came out, it probably says something different on the front, and those are the ones. Yeah, like at Zia Records, I saw a couple for $500. So
okay, huh? Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to make a trip because I have not been to Spirit Halloween yet. So many people. Every single year, let's go we're going to go to Spirit Halloween. We're going to make the videos and we're going to walk around. And my thing is like, I know that's great. And if we have our favorite YouTubers that we like watching, they're out and about and stuff. But like, I don't like, there's a Spirit Halloween on every street corner. I don't need to watch somebody's video about what they have. I'll just go and explore for myself. But I'm guilty. I've made Spirit Halloween videos in the past. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I haven't looked at them and I haven't been to Spirit Halloween yet, so I need to get over there. We're gonna try and knock out a few more questions. So if I miss a couple comments, I apologize. We're gonna try and bang this out so we can get to talking about these Halloween movies, pickups, and Funko pickups. I've never saw Spinal Tap. Between you gents, should I? I have never seen the first one either. John says yes. I say I don't know.
I haven't seen the sequel, so I don't know, but I've seen This Is Spinal Tap like 4 or 5 times. I even saw it in the theater. And I do have a bootleg work print copy of it that's 4 hours long.
Poof. Yeah. That's a lot of movie. That is a lot of movie.
Yeah.
John, I will have to check the Lenny and Squig Tones. It's my next step. Well, there you go.
It has got some great music. I mean, they're really good.
Fear of the Black Hat is a hip-hop parody of Spinal Tap, written by the same guy who wrote Tales from the Hood, Rusty Cundiff. DG, I've never even heard of that. But yeah, I don't like sports movies and music movies are not my cup of tea. But John gave you a little ooh, so I think John, have you seen it, or it's piqued your curiosity?
I've seen Fear of the Black Hat, but it was years and years and years ago. So, and I have seen Tales from the Hood. I haven't seen the second one.
Yeah, I sent you a clip last week. You never looked at it. I guess I'm banned. Mr. Bones, you are not banned. I did not realize you sent me a clip. Accept my apologies. But due to audio issues and trying to just maintain through these videos here, I'm not. Let's see. Oh, so Balzer sent something. And Mr. Bones, where you at? Where are you at? Oh, there you're at. Yeah, no, I haven't. Accept my apologies, Mr. Bones. I haven't even opened it up. I've been avoiding a lot of Instagram stuff as much as possible because I get into it and I get pretty pissed off about things that are going on in the world today, and I try not to. So I haven't looked that deep, and so many people were messaging me. It bumped you way back, Mr. Bones. I apologize. I'll get to it though. Hopefully we get some of these clips up for next week. Blackbeard, what's up, Blackbeard? Anyway, you turn your mic volume to max. It is all the way at max. I'm on my mic volume. Well, I had a little bit to go right there, but no, I know everybody's saying I'm low. I don't know. I'm currently blowing my eardrums out, which I'm going to turn my headset down. And John hears me, so I don't know what's going on. Can you sign my copy of House of Pain? Yeah, no. Nope, that's a hard no. I ordered Trick or Treat Sam animatronic. Nice. That's a good one. Stefan says the spirit ones aren't the $500 ones. Those are the Trick or Treat studios. Okay, so these are not Trick or Treat studios. They're just Chucky's. Okay. So yeah, the Trick or Treat studio ones, those are pretty cool. My guess is maybe the Spirit Halloweens may not be as detailed. So, but John, you'll have to let us know if you make it over there. Gold Movie, what's up? Them lead signs are the first cool thing Spirit has had in a long time. Oh, nice. Okay, so maybe I do need to get over there. I love like the gothic and kind of really, really dark horror kind of stuff, for decorations and that type of stuff. Sounds like something I'd be into. Thanks for the tip, Gold Movie. F6 Scott, what up? I want an OGP autograph on a Fast and Furious movie.
Not bad.
Man, you guys know me too well, don't you? The Witches movie, any good 1990s, starring Angelica Houston. Man, I don't know if I've.
It's okay.
Man, okay, yeah, I would have to go back and see. Let's see here. Okay. My volume is at max, so I'm good. Guess others need to do that. Yeah, and I was gonna just do the video on my laptop like I did last week to hopefully avoid some of the audio issues, but I wasn't feeling good enough to go through the process of like setting it up and all, like.
So people should check that. Like I have my my headphones in my speaker, so I could turn the volume up and down. So if anybody's doing that, check your volume. Maybe it's really down.
Yeah. Well, my guess is. I think a lot of them watch a lot of YouTube or other videos and stuff. So I think, if they're having to adjust their volume, then it's probably something going on between me and StreamYard and YouTube. And I just don't know. So, but I apologize. Any good Thanksgiving horror movies? We're going to talk about that after Halloween. We'll definitely go into Thanksgiving movies. But we'll let's get past Halloween first. So, look at this, Terry from New Zealand coming through with the super chat there. Terry, thank you so very much. Terry is an absolute legend. Oh, and I should say another thank you to Jeff, who I don't recall if I said thank you to Jeff last week or not, but Jeff, I think I did. But Jeff sent a PayPal $10 channel support donation last week. So thank you for that. And Terry, thank you so much. And HC, again, thank you all for the support. Means a lot to me. It really helps us, get out and do some fun things that everybody hopefully enjoys. So here we go. Terry saw the Mandalorian and Grogu movie trailer today. Looks good. Nice. Are you shaking your head no because you don't want to see it or because it does not look good? What is your thoughts there?
I watched the trailer twice and I don't think it looks good.
What? Okay. All right. I've not seen it yet. I have not.
It just looks like a 2-hour episode of the show.
Wow. Brent Mania coming through with the $4 super sticker. Well, thank you so much, Brent Mania. You absolutely rock. Everybody, look at all these badass legends coming through tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Brent Mania. You all rock. Every single one of you supporting the channel. We appreciate it. Even the ones that can't, if you can't afford to support the channel and everything, we don't, we don't hold that against you. We love you just the same. All we ask is for a simple little thumbs up and subscribe and hit the button, fill it in so you get the notifications. But here we go. John, you had mentioned you wanted to talk Funkos first. You wanted to go into Funkos first. So is that what we're going to do? Are we going to talk Funko Pops now?
Sure.
Are we going to talk pickup? Well, wait a minute, John. Hold on, John.
I have a serious Blu-ray addiction.
You're gonna be quicker than that.
I'm serious. I'm actually
actually going to catch him all.
Oh, what's in the box?
No,
Now that's an addiction, man.
I never said that.
I never knew you were a pickup man.
We're right now at the Blockbuster video store.
John, I never knew you were a pickup man. Are you a pickup man, John?
I guess you could say I am. Are you?
I'm a pickup they them.
Oh, okay.
I kid.
I did not use the proper pronouns. I apologize.
No, yeah, there you go. I'm a pickup king, the king of wishful pickups. So you were very excited about it. Do you want to go first with your first Funko Pop? I teased one. Do you want to go first? You want to show yours first?
Sure.
Why don't you go first?
So next month, Donald and I, for film discussion, are going to be looking at the 3 Nosferatu movies. So the original silent one, the 70s one with Klaus Kinski, and then the newest one that just came out. I will be delving more into it, like watching Shadow of the Vampire and all that type of stuff. So I'll be doing a lot more. But while I was looking for the best version of the original Nosferatu, I did find a Funko Pop of Nosferatu.
Oh, look at that. That's nice. That is nice.
Yeah, Count Orlok. So
he does not have a mustache.
No, because this is the German one where they were going to get sued. So they had to make it look different. That's why they can't call it Dracula.
Don't want to get sued.
So
getting sued sucks.
Yeah. But that's fine. I like this a lot. There is a Chase version, like the rare version of it, where he has on like that kind of big furry Russian hat that you see in the snow. He has that, but it's a little pricey. But I'm happy with this one. I don't need the Chase one. So
yeah.
And I got another figure too that looks like it's from, but it's not, like the McFarlane toy line of Nosferatu. But you'll have to watch my video to see that one.
There you go. Yep. Everybody, if you're watching, make sure you subscribe to Mr. John Ward, Dark Park Films right there.
Thank you.
Speaking of the black phone, I got the grabber here. And this was, John and I were walking through Zia, and I was looking for movies, and I went, oh, shit, because I just happened to stumble across this, and I do not own this. I don't really collect Funkos unless I'm going to get them autographed, but I do have a good collection of horror movie Funkos. I like to have one from each franchise that I love, and I saw the black phone sitting there, and definitely had to pick this up. So there is another one. There's the one with the top hat there, which is funny because it's like both him as opposed to having any of the kids, but that's okay. But this is good enough for me. I don't need to own the other ones. This is cool. The mask, very recognizable Funko there. So there it is. Very happy to pick that up. Although I had to put back a movie so I could afford this.
Always next time.
Yeah.
So as you guys know, I've been watching the Arrowverse, and so watching a lot of DC comic book stuff. And I found this because I really wish this would have been its own movie, which is the Batman v Superman, that whole nightmare sequence that they have, which is taken from a few different comic books and a few of the different animated movies. So this is Nightmare Batman, which is the one with the overcoat. He doesn't have a gun. No, he does have a gun. No, he doesn't have a gun. He should have a rifle, but he doesn't. So, but that's Nightmare Batman from the Nightmare sequence from Batman v Superman.
Nice.
And I absolutely love the sequence. So I really wish that they would have done something because it was interesting. It was much better than the movie itself.
Interesting. Well, it's a very cool Funko. It is a very cool Funko. One of my favorite horror franchises of all time is Saw. And so when I saw a Jigsaw, I had to pick this up. I already have, in fact, I have one signed by Tobin Bell, and I've got a poster signed by Tobin Bell, another poster signed by Shawnee Smith. But it's the other Jigsaw. It's Billy. I think it's Billy. So to actually have Jigsaw in the collection now is very cool. And I don't know, because Tobin Bell's getting up there in years. I don't know how many more conventions he's going to do. I don't know if I'll ever have a chance to see him again. But if I do, I most assuredly would try to get him to sign this. Even if I had to drop another $100, I would love to have his autograph on the actual Jigsaw. And this outfit's cool because I love in Saw X, we see Shawnee Smith wearing this outfit. So it's just an iconic look from the franchise. So I love this very much. And you have in this collection here, you just have this particular Funko and the giant Billy. So and I just don't have room for the giant one, so I would never purchase that. But there it is, Jigsaw. So that's my
cool.
2 Funkos.
That's
and
nice.
now, and I have my cases here all prepped. I didn't put them in the cases yet because the glare would have been a lot worse. But they're going in the cases right now to protect them. So there you go. John, was that all the Funkos you were going to show this evening, sir?
Yeah. I mean, if you get more, I could show some more next week. So
Yeah, it'll depend on when I go to Zia Records next. You bum, dragging me to Zia Records all the time.
I can't go there. It's the money. It's the money.
Heath B, what's cracking, homeboy?
Hey.
Balzer, not a fan of the James Gunn Superman. Was a nightmare.
I'm halfway through it on HBO. I saw it in the theater. I do like it more this time. You just kind of have to get used to it not being the dark Henry Cavill Superman. You have to. This is more of the bright Christopher Reeve one, even though that Superman, Corn Sweat or whatever his name is, he has like a weird last name.
Oh yeah.
I there are things I really question with this. And
I hate sweaty corn, man. I'm not a fan of sweaty corn.
No, sweaty corn is not good. No, not at all. So
cream corn, I'll take. Popcorn, shrimp.
What about corn in your poop?
No, cornhole the game. We could do that. But no, we don't. We don't like that.
Oh, okay.
John, do you have any movie pickups to show at all this week?
No, they were all comic book stuff that I've picked up, so I didn't think really people would be interested. So I have none.
Then since we're on pickups, I'll go through mine really quickly before we dive into the Halloween movies. And these are movies again that I picked up at Movie Trading Company in Dallas. I messaged Robert C., but I guess we just weren't able to connect. So unfortunately, I did not get to see Robert while I was there in Dallas. But I checked when I was, because I wasn't even really sure I was going to go to Movie Trading Company. And then I had some time to kill. So I was like, well, you know what? And so I checked, and Robert hadn't seen my message yet at that point or something. So I was like, well, okay, I'm just going to go over. My brother was with me. We had a little bit of time to kill before we picked up my niece from school before her t-ball practice. So we walked through Movie Trading Company, and I saw a clearance bin. And John, you know me in clearance bins. You know you in clearance bins. We love to thumb through the clearance bins. Now, those two in Vegas at the Zia over on Eastern, you see a lot of the same stuff. They do put new things in there, but this was an entire new display. So many of these movies I'd never seen or heard of before, and so all of them were 50% off. So I was just like, you know what? I know, and I've said I'm not going to be buying movies unless they're like on my list or this or that or whatever. But so many of these looked fun, so I was like, you know what? Why not? What the hell? So
I have no idea what you purchased. So
no, I know you don't. I did not share with you.
Yes.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Panzer. Have you seen Panzer, John?
No, but I own it.
Okay. $5.99. So I paid $3 for this. And it's like, World War II Nazi horror movie. Those can be a lot of fun. I know nothing about this one.
Who knew Nazis were so much fun?
Right. World War II's darkest secret is finally revealed. There you go. So Panzer, we'll check it out. And then for $4, because this was marked $7.99, I paid $4 for Killer Instinct. Oh. And I loved this artwork.
Yeah, it's cool.
And Corbin Burnson. How about them apples? Corbin Burnson. And it's also got Dee Wallace in it. So Corbin Burnson and Dee Wallace in Killer Instinct. Are you familiar with this movie, John?
Yes, I do not own it though, and I have not seen it, but I do know of it.
Okay.
I know the box cover.
It says, welcome to the asylum. You don't stand a ghost of a chance. So there we go. So definitely have to check that out for $4. Why not? This one looked fun. I like the artwork. My guess is it's probably going to be terrible, but the artwork sold me for $4, and that is Sideshow.
Oh, I know of that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's like Fred Olen Ray or somebody directed that one.
No, directed by Michael Diana.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, it's definitely a lower budget looking film. Oh, well, it's from Lionsgate. But the most twisted show on earth. And as far as the cast goes, I know nobody. I know none of the names in that. So, Sideshow. So it was $4.
Okay.
But that artwork looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
So
it's a good
that
cover
guy on the back right there too. So in Sideshow kind of felt like a carnival or circus or something like that. And those, you know, those type of movies can be fun. This one, a Severin flick that I don't know. Maybe I could have found it on Blu-ray or something somewhere. But this was a Severin flick. I'd never heard of it before. It is The Astrologer.
Oh, yes. I own that one. Yes.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. From the director of The Exterminator.
I am a massive fan of that director. Yes. He's a very overlooked and underrated director.
I went full fluffy gamer when I saw this, and I said, oh, the Astrologer. And then I was like, oh, no, that's The Astrologer. throwing Fluffy under the bus. Throwing Fluffy under the bus that's driving down Decatur Boulevard there in Vegas.
I still can't find that straight.
Well, you can't find Decatur. It's out there somewhere. Yeah. So directed by Francis Romero and director of photography is Francis Romero. Directed by Jim Glickenhaus. So there you go.
Yeah, he is. He is
name there.
Awesome. He is so good, and nobody knows of him.
This one right here, I was like, whoa, birthday. I like birthday movies. I like holiday movies. I like birthday movies. Unhappy Birthday. John, have you heard of Unhappy Birthday?
Not at all.
It's a very unhappy birthday. Let's see. Let me read. British TV hunk David Paisley co-stars in this sexy, creepy tale of a young man and his secret gay lover who conspire to surprise their friend Sadie on her birthday. Here it is. We'll see how it goes. Unhappy butt day. But there it is. Unhappy butt day play. Unhappy butt play day.
I'm guessing you just went off the cover. You like the birthday movies.
Yeah, it was
and then you
title.
bought it and then got
Unhappy
home
Birthday.
and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, I read that and I was like, well, maybe that doesn't sound like something that I would buy. But I'm willing to give it a watch. I don't, the gay stuff, unless it's an agenda, I don't want to watch something with an agenda telling me if I'm not gay, I'm bad. I don't want to see that, but I can watch a movie with gay people and that's fine. So we'll see how it goes. In fact, there's one with Brian Cox and Lisa Kudrow and Edie Falco and oh man, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Uncle Hank from Breaking Bad and whatnot. Those four are in it, and it's about they're the parents, and they have two sons that are getting married, and they invite them all to the house. I saw, I think with Justin, we went and saw a screening of that like 4 years ago or something, and it got delayed. It finally came out. It's on HBO if anybody wants to see that. But Unhappy Birthday. There we go. Paid $3 for that. This, I'm just rolling the dice because it was $2. And John, this is an asylum flick. It is called The Beast of Bray Road. For years, an unidentified creature haunted the backwoods of Woolworth County. Then one night, it came to town. Whoa, 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 whoa. Have you seen it though? You own it, but have you seen it?
Yes, I've
Okay.
been a fan of the Asylum off and on for years. I did ask the director Lee Scott if I could interview him for one filmmaker, and he ghosted me.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember, and the name when I saw Lee Scott on here, I did remember that you had been talking to him and stuff. But what are your thoughts on this? Did you enjoy
I liked
it?
The beast, the werewolf, doesn't look bad. For the Asylum. It's early Asylum, so it's not. It doesn't look too bad. I thought it was all right. I enjoyed it.
Well, good.
I think Lee Scott has made some good films for the Asylum. So he more of the early.
And the thing is, back in the day, 20 years ago, I think they had a different MO. The Asylum wasn't such just a factory of cranking them out. I think there was maybe a little more passion put into the projects. Look at this. The wet one is here. It's funny.
One.
I got suggested, like scrolling online. There is a YouTuber / Twitter / Instagram person, and her handle is she's the Moist Queen.
Nice.
I was like, dude, this is Wet Movie One's woman right here. The Moist Wet. Imagine Wet Movie One and the Moist Queen. Could you imagine?
That would be awesome.
It would. Did you know Fluffy? Did you know I found Fluffy replacement for my videos? Help is in. Did you all know I found Fluffy replacement for my videos? Oh, help is in my new one. Oh. He found a replacement for Fluffy in his videos, is what he's saying. No, and I saw you were hanging out with somebody who I'm not familiar with, but look like you guys are having a good time, like out shopping and whatnot. So, and making some good jokes with each other, like some good mom jokes and stuff. Yeah. So, I saw that. Yeah. Beast of Blair Road is good, says Gail. Very nice. Cool. Good to know, Gail. Yeah. Gonna get wet. Gonna get wet. Gonna get wet. Gonna get wet. Gonna drink wet one soda. This may be the last one in existence because I know Wet One. Did you keep any of these?
Oh, no
getting
way.
rid of them all? Oh no.
Oh no.
But he was I think was tossing them out because they were old and he was worried about them exploding. How do you like them apples?
I will buy that from you if you ever want to get rid of it.
That's not for sale right there.
I will put that right next to my Tom Cruise picture with me.
It stays right up here on the shelf by my by the bottle of the Wet Movie blue bubblegum beverage there. Oh, and OGP and John at the con I was at yesterday, I met a really cool guy that made a movie called Meat.
I might actually know.
No, you did not. You did not.
Well,
did you see him there, Wet One?
There was a guy who was going to do a sequel to one of the Meat Hook Massacre films. He had a falling out with you know who, of course, and so he went, "Oh fuck it, I'm just going to make my own movie and just call it Meat Hook." So it might be that guy who, and of course, every once in a while, I do get that private message going, "John, you were right."
Yeah, no, and I believe that, but I do believe that Wet Movie One is talking about Dusty. He probably ran into Dusty at the con. Oh,
Ew, brother,
oh no! Oh, wait, you saw Dustin Ferguson?
Brother,
Ew, I don't know about that.
I was trying to avoid the name.
Yeah. Yeah, seems like a good dude. We were both talking shit. Oh, okay, no. So it was not Dustin. It was the other guy. Looks like
I don't know shit about fuck.
I don't know shit about fuck.
I think I know who that is. Yeah, because he messaged me, and he was another one of these guys where I warned him, and he's just like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Okay, dude." And then 6 months later, a year later, dude, you were right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And the no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go there. But no, it's cool. Looking forward to your video from that. But I know what one had Had to get out the Halloween Horror Nights video. So I think you got that out today, right? You talked about John's Meat Hook movie there. So there you go. That's cool.
Oh,
small world, man. It is very
Still
small world.
considered to be the best one. So,
Yeah. The Wet Velvet and the Moist Queen would be great for YouTube. 100%. That would be an OnlyFans mega page right there. If we had the moist and wet together, oh man, we'd all be getting moist and wet, hot and bothered, moist and wet.
I would not want to be in that room.
Oh, it'd be stanky. Florida. It would be stanky. It'd be real stanky. Hey, I want to ask you guys, you watch Night of the Demons? I hate that girl scream in the movie. Oh, you know what? There's a lot of movies that the girls, when they scream, they have a certain pitch or something like, not Danielle Harris, but the other one in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. What's her name? Not Danielle, but the blonde one. They got the chat together.
Taylor Compton.
Yeah. Scout Taylor Compton. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. No, she's fine. I love her. She's great. But her, just that scream, it just goes on and on and on and on. It's like, bro, enough. Rob, what are you doing, Rob? What are you doing? What do you, maybe he did that to her because he had to make her look bad because she couldn't outshine Sherry, right? She couldn't outshine his wife. Nobody can outshine Sherry Moonzavi. But to be, let's see, in the HorrorCon video, I got to interview some of the director of the Saw movies. Saw that, yeah, what movie won? The guy that directed like Saw 2, 3, 4. I think you mentioned. Very cool stuff. Yeah. Well, but good to see you, Wet One. Love you, baby.
Always good to see you, honey.
Oh yeah. But let's get through. I have 4 more pickups to go over before we dive into the Halloween stuff here. So for $3, because this was marked 6, this one I'm very happy about. I don't know anything about it, but it has Rutger Hauer, and I love me some Rutger Hauer. Hemoglobin.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that. Rutger Hauer, Hemoglobin.
No,
it looks like a vampire flick, Hemoglobin as in like blood. Looks like a vampire-ish flick. And there we go in the back. Very, very cool 80s vibe looking from the pictures there.
Nice that there's not like a ton of stickers all over these, you know.
Yeah, I think this says 1997 actually. So one of the things that I really like about the movie trading company out there in Dallas, and there's several locations, but they put plastic wrap over them instead of tape. So note to Zia Records, can we wrap them so we don't have to sit here and John and I don't have to like peel off tape and damage the case?
Yes.
As we're doing
we're sitting there in chairs trying to watch a movie and we just have we're just trying to get that tape off and that sticker. And
they do put their stickers underneath the plastic so you can't peel the sticker off. But that's okay. It's just the one sticker that has to come off of there. So I left them on here so I would remember how much I paid for everything as we're talking about it. But $3, as Fluffy would say, 3 doll hairs for Hemoglobin. Rutger Hauer, Roy Dupuis. I don't know. But it says it's from 97. So hopefully it kind of looks like 80s, but maybe it's just because it's 90s or something. But excited to check that one out. You're good on spelling, homeboy. I know, like trying to type and stuff is tough on your phone and everything. Don't worry about it. OGP, you like Blind Fury? It's pretty damn great.
Oh, that's a good movie.
I don't remember Blind.
He plays the blind samurai warrior. It's modern day, but he's blind. He's got the sword.
With Rutger Hauer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I own that. I think I'm not sure.
It is on a like a 2 movie package. I think it's with, what is it, Doom? Something Doom.
Okay.
It's an Albert uniform.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would have to go back and watch it.
Blind Justice is good.
Okay. Well, Blind Justice or Blind Fury?
I'm sorry, Blind Fury.
There you go. Okay. The Devil's Restaurant. Have you heard of the Devil's Restaurant?
Yeah, some of these were Dollar Tree. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this was $2, so I paid $2 for this. So I didn't get, and it has 2 bonus movies: Toe Tags and How to Be a Serial Killer. So 3 and 1. So this is probably actually going to go, instead of in my alphabetical order, it'll go up in my collections. But the Devil's Restaurant, have you seen it?
No, I do own it, but I haven't seen it.
Okay. It's an Echo Bridge. So a lot of times these aren't the greatest movies, but I did like the artwork, the blood and the knives, and like he's got like the meat hook or something going over there into the fryer and stuff. So I thought that looked kind of cool. And the fact I had 2 bonus movies for $2. I'll have to replace the case. It's a little wrinkly, but that's okay. This one was probably the one that I'm most excited about, just because of the art. Well, I mean, there's a couple of these that I'm pretty excited about, but I just absolutely really loved this artwork, and that is Bloody Murder.
Oh, yeah. There is a sequel, just to let you know. Bloody Murder 2.
Oh, okay. Ready or Not, here he comes. And I don't think there's anybody in the cast that is really notable. But
Tiffany Shepis, I think she's in the sequel. I don't think she's in the first one, but she gets a little naked in which
Oh, okay. Yep. No, I don't see her name on here. But looked fun, and it was $4.
Yeah.
And then picked up Steel Trap because it looked like Saw. It looked at all the Saws.
Yeah.
It looked like a trap movie, like Saw. And only one can survive. And you know what we got to say about when only one can survive, right?
There can be only one.
There can be only one.
That's very true. He is speaking a fact.
And it's in a Blockbuster case. I like that.
Oh yeah,
only one can survive. But directed Louis Camara. I don't know. And none of the names in here are really notable. But anyways, Steel Trap. It looked fun on the artwork. It was $3. So the nice thing is, all of these movies, these 10 movies, came out to $39 minus the $10 sale. I paid $29 for those 10 movies, so it averaged $2.90 a piece. That's Norse. That's with the tax and everything. So, out the door, $29.
Sweet.
So,
hey, you got some good stuff there.
Yeah. It was all right. It was all right. I don't have an intro for us talking about these Halloween movies, but I feel like we got to do something. And while this is not a new movie release, these are the Halloween movies. And if you joined us a little bit later, we had mentioned that between now and Halloween, we have today and then 5 more Mondays. We're going to be reviewing 2. 1 week we'll have to do 3, but we're going to be doing 2 Halloween movies a week, talking about them. Maybe the one that we have to do 3. Maybe we'll do the trilogy that day, the new trilogy, and all in one day. We'll have to suffer through.
I can't sit through kills.
It was your call, buddy. It was you came up with the
but
idea.
I knew that at some point it would
option.
cut off, hopefully before. God, I hate kills, but I can't say
too bad, so sad, sir. Too bad, so sad.
I liked Halloween Ends, so I can't say much about Halloween Kills.
There you go. Yeah, for real. Tell me
about it.
So we're starting at the top here with John Carpenter's 1978 Halloween, and maybe before we dive into the movies themselves, let's show me what you got.
Well, I originally
show me what you got.
Show me what you got. Drop it like this. I only had on Blu-ray Halloween 666.
Dusty song.
Oh, ew. Oh,
show me what you got.
Oh, that's right.
Where he's got his sister dancing around in there.
I love that video. I only had a Halloween 6 on. There's a fucking copy.
All right, John's getting all violent over there. My Dollar Tree does sell DVDs. Gail's Dollar Tree has DVDs again. What? Has anybody else been to a Dollar Tree and seen DVDs recently? What did you have? Do you have a bug in your house there, John?
Freaking cockroach.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh no! Oh no! You had a cockroach
Oh, this
in
does
your
have
house?
new
Oh.
audio commentary with writer director John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, nice.
So like I said, I only
Did you kill that? Did you kill that cockroach with that movie?
I smashed it with my hand on it.
Ooh, brother.
Yeah, it's sitting right there. I'm making sure that it doesn't go anywhere because I'm gonna have to pick it up.
Well, stomp on it.
Trash. So, but no, Halloween 6 was the only one I owned on Blu-ray, and it was the theatrical version. So I said, "There's no way that's the only one I can own on Blu-ray." So I did pick this one up when it came out. So this is the 35th anniversary, and it does have like audio commentary and some featurettes on location. This looks great. My biggest problem with it is the sound. I can normally get good sound if I go up to like 24 or 26. This I had to go way in the 30s.
Huh.
And so that was very annoying. But it looked great. And then
what company put that out?
Anchor Bay.
Okay. So that's probably on Anchor Bay more than the film itself.
Oh yeah. No, it's definitely probably on the transfer. And I don't like that the disc is stuck in here because then you guys get your whole hand in there and hopefully not tear it out.
Well, no, you just use your thumb and slide it out. You got John. You got to get the thumb action going. Come on, man. You have been disappointing ladies your entire fucking life, haven't you?
Tell me about it.
You got to get that thumb action going.
Okay,
okay. All right. Okay.
But what I normally watch is this one. It's the 25th anniversary. So this is also Anchor Bay. It's Divamax, but this is the one that I've normally watched on DVD.
Nice.
So it's 2 discs. So it's got a whole bunch of documentaries and stuff like that on it. So
you have a hissing cockroach. We're getting. I
have a squishing cockroach.
Oh, you have an infestation over there.
Well,
Sean's got a few more for you.
Oh God. When I moved from the old apartment where I did have an infestation, I made sure to really seal all the boxes. So when I got here, I did not find any bugs at all. And but I think a tenant must have moved in and probably had cockroaches in the box, or it's the weather. I'm not sure.
You brought some home or something.
But all of a sudden, there's cockroaches everywhere, inside, outside the building. In my apartment, I found them in the office.
You just completely gave away where you live, sir. Hopefully you're okay with that.
It's okay. Come rent with me. Come rent with me. I need news.
But anyways, at your old place, the roaches weren't because of you. They were because of nasty neighbors and stuff. And that's part of the reason you wanted to get out.
Yes, I won't give the name of the person, but yes, it came 2 apartments over and we were all infested because of one person. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean to brag. Actually, I do. I watched the 4K of the Halloween film. And then immediately I went afterward into the audio commentary with John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis. It's phenomenal. They have a great time together, kind of ribbing each other and having some fun. It was a very fun audio commentary. I'm glad it was just the 2 of them. And then there was also audio commentary from Dean Cundy, Tommy Lee Wallace, and Nick Castle. So the 3 of them. Which might be fun to listen to, a little more maybe into the details and the specs and stuff. But this was a lot of fun with Jamie Lee Curtis and John Carpenter. So highly recommend, if anybody hasn't seen that audio commentary with them, I would definitely give it a watch. And I'm sure it's the same one you've got there, John. So 35 years from 78, 88, 98, 08. So that'd be 13. So 2013, that probably is around the time that this audio was.
I believe Scream Factory they bought all of the like Anchor Bay versions and all that to put into that box set. So it's probably the same thing, but you may have more special features because I know Scream Factory likes to add their own stuff.
This has squadouche for special features. It's
then you probably
it doesn't have like featurettes or anything like that. All this has is the movie, a chapter selection, or the different audio commentaries. That's really all that you've got here.
So this is an all-new HD transfer supervised and approved by cinematographer Dean Cundy, who is now a world-famous DP. He also shot The Thing and many other movies. But it's new audio commentary with director John Carpenter, Jamie Lee Curtis, new The Night She Came Home featurette, which I'm guessing is Jamie Lee Curtis, who they're probably interviewing, On Location 25 Years Later featurette. Oh, it's also got the TV version footage, and then trailer, TV, and radio spots. I'm going to, I found on the TV version of all of this. I'm gonna buy it.
I am just realizing why there was no special features on here, because not only do we have the like just a regular Blu-ray, but we have the what it says the original Blu-ray color timing. So 3 different versions of the film, but on the third one there, it does say a vintage interview with producer Mustafa Akkad, Halloween A Cut Above the Rest, Halloween Unmasked 2000, extended cut in HD. The TV inserts are in standard definition, theatrical trailer, TV spots, radio spots. So this does have a lot of goodies, but they're just not on the main 4K disc. So that's where they are.
Yeah, because that was never in.
Everybody in the chat.
Yeah, because this one, which is 2 discs, it's got the widescreen presentation and then audio commentary with Carpenter, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Deborah Hill. And then Halloween, A Cut Above the Rest, which is 87-minute documentary. On Location 25 Years Later. That's with Deborah Hill and PJ Souls, and then trailers, radio spots, and stuff like that. What I'm interested in with this one is the TV footage, because that's when Halloween 2 came out. Carpenter went out and shot additional footage for the TV version because they had to cut it because of all the violence. And so he added in all the sister stuff to the original movie for television, which you can buy. It's available on DVD. So I'm thinking of buying it, but I like that it's on this, because
the original TV movie.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if I look into this, it may be on here too, because there is a lot of special features on part 2 here.
It's possible.
But Nocturno, yeah, thank you. I had Nocturno was filling me and educating me there. So how you doing, Nocturno? Good to see you. Let's see here. A good bug spray hack. Use spray bottle mixed with water, dish soap, roaches, ants, hornets, spiders, dead. Huh.
Well, okay, so what's annoying is we have normally once or twice a month an exterminator come out. He sprays I had him spray the entire building inside and out, and he sprayed my apartment. And I'm still finding little bugs or a cockroach.
Well, yeah, you get dirty people coming and going and stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, there's been a lot of, we're off topic here, but there's been a lot of thunderstorms and rain and stuff. So that makes bugs go crazy too. So maybe one snuck in that way. But John, let's talk about Halloween 1978. We both watched this, and then I watched audio commentary. Did you watch any audio commentary recently on this, or you just watched the feature?
No, I watched the movie, then went straight into part 2.
Okay. So in this one, and we've recently done our John Carpenter movies and rated them and everything. Watching it this time from a more critical aspect, because John and I had a conversation recently about movies. Should they, should we have a reason for the killer? Should they kind of give us the MO of why, the killer is doing what he's doing? And I want that. I want to know what is driving, what is the root of the evil, what is making this person do what they're doing. And John was like, no, well, they don't give you that in the first Halloween. And I was like, are you sure, really? And so then going into it, most certainly they don't. It's you get young Michael Myers, and he kills his sister. I think we're worried about spoilers here, right? Everybody's seen Halloween 78. If not, I mean, come on now. But so we start off with young Michael Myers killing his sister, and then he's gone, locked up. 15 years later, then we have Jamie Lee Curtis going around, and we don't find out in the first movie. There's no inclination that Michael Myers and Jamie Lee Curtis are brother and sister in this first movie. That's not until part 2. But Michael Myers escapes from the asylum, and then he's, for whatever reason, he wants to go back home. I think that's what it is. He goes back home to Haddonfield, and they find evidence that he was in his house. And then for whatever reason, he is now after Jamie Lee Curtis, after he sees her with Tommy out in front of the house. Now, to me, and John and I have different theories on this, and there's, you can argue. In the audio commentary on this, John Carpenter does say that he mentioned that it's kind of funny that people are always looking for clues of what's going on, or, whatever he says exactly. And there's nothing there. It's just, the movie is basically, you take it at face value. But for me, the idea that he has come home, he's in his house, and now he sees little Tommy, who looks just like Michael Myers did when he was a kid, little blonde-haired kid, and he sees him with the older sister, who's now about the same age that Michael's older sister was when he killed her. And then Michael starts following them around. And it's like, now it's become his MO to kill Jamie Lee Curtis, to kill Laurie Strode. But we don't really get any reason why. That's just my guess, is because he killed his older sister, and he sees that little boy with an older sister, and he wants to kill the older sister. And then he sees other, girls or whatever. And it's kind of like people getting in his way. He's going to kill them to get to Jamie Lee Curtis, but they don't emphasize that so much in this. And so really my theory, I've boiled it down, and what I think in this movie here, Michael Myers, he really wants to kill anybody that has boobs. And when the boobs come out, that's when they're going to die. If you notice, PJ Souls, she has the sex scene in bed. That's when she gets killed. The other girl, she's with Nancy Loomis, right? She is, she spills a coffee on herself on the phone, takes off her clothes, puts on that shirt. But you get side boob, and then she's kind of a little reveal-y in that shirt. And then he kills her. And then the sister. So all three of the girls killed had boobs exposed. And then we get to Jamie Lee Curtis. And now John brought up a very good point that Jamie Lee Curtis gets nowhere near exposing a boob. And in fact, she had one change of clothes in this movie, wore 2 outfits total the entire movie. And I love in the audio commentary, she says for her clothes, they went to JCPenney and they just bought clothes to make her look like an average everyday girl. And I love that. They talk a lot about how this was shot guerrilla style. The car in the driveway with the Strode Realty sign on it is John Carpenter's own personal Cadillac. The car that Loomis drives up in the cemetery is one of the other, production people. It's his car. So they made a movie. They made this movie, obviously with a lot more money than John or I or anybody we know has made a movie. But still, this was a very, very low budget movie for the time. And what a phenomenal, phenomenal movie. But going back to Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers killing everybody whose boobs that he sees. Remember, we see Michael in the neighbor's yard in the hanging laundry looking up at Laurie Strode's window. Laurie Strode does change clothes. We don't see it, but before she leaves the house, she changes clothes. So I am saying that Michael Myers saw her boobs when she changed clothes before she left, and that's why it's implied that he saw her boobs, and then he had to kill her, and that's what. So he is not the boogeyman; he is the booby man, and that's what he's after. He is the booby man, and that is my theory. That's my out of left field bullshit theory for what's going on in this first movie. So Balzer says Myers has a fetish for hard nipples. Yes, I do believe he does. John, your thoughts on the movie and your theories, sir?
It still holds up after all these years. It is a great film, even though I think some of the dialogue is really stupid. But like I messaged you saying, I don't know, maybe that's how people talked back then. There's like the scene where it's Nancy Loomis or Annie, and they're sitting in the car driving, and Lori says, what type of dress are you wearing? Like to the prom. And Annie goes, I didn't know you thought of those things, Lori. And I'm like,
So
are you implying that she's a lesbian?
Jamie Lee Curtis brought that up in the audio commentary. So you ought to watch the audio commentary, kind of get it. Because Jamie Lee Curtis even thought that dialogue right there was weird. That particular spot, they mention him.
Now, I get when they're talking about the boy that she likes. And then Annie again says, gee, Lori, I didn't know you thought about those things. Okay, well, having sex. So that I get. But I don't, why would you just throw out there, she's a lesbian? Maybe? I don't know. Just as maybe they're just kind of Jesus bashing.
No, I think it's supposed to be a nerdy thing more than like a lesbian thing. And they even, John Carpenter talked about it in the audio commentary where he's saying she is supposed to be the nerdy girl. She has all of her books. The other two are more kind of material girls. They're loose. Yeah, they're material girls. Where
they're whores.
They're filthy whoas. No, they're material girls. Where Jamie Lee Curtis is supposed to be more observant and more just in touch with reality, as opposed to the girls are just in La La Land and all they care about is boys and having fun. And so they do go into that. So I think it's not a lesbian reference. I think it's just a nerdy reference.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's just making a joke that she's gay. I don't know. Oh, you're thinking about me in a dress or something? I don't know. But there's stuff like that I don't like. I do like how we've now accepted the wrench that Michael Myers uses to break the car window at the beginning of the film when he steals the car. Carpenter has said that was never supposed to be seen. It was just a way to break the window. But the way that the lighting is, you could see that it's a wrench. But now I think we all just accept that Michael Myers used a wrench on his hand to break the window because it's clearly a wrench. It's right there. It's you could see it. So
that they escaped, so that never bothered me.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I always wondered when I was, before there was audio commentary and all that. When I would watch it, I'd be like, why does he have a wrench? That's weird. And then it's just, I don't know, maybe he used a wrench to just break the window. But according to Carpenter, no, the wrench was never supposed to be seen. I think this is probably the best that Michael Myers is. And even though there's 3 or 4 different people playing Michael Myers in this, but I think it all holds up. I do think some of the dialogue is just bizarre. It's just really weird. I like that it's shot in Pasadena, and it's funny that Haddonfield has palm trees, but he tried to hide those as much as possible. But you can't get away with everything.
No, he does, and he brings that up in the audio commentary too. That Jamie Curtis is given in the audio commentary. She gives him a lot of shit she's like, it's fall, John, and all the trees are green, John, except for these brown leaves that are blowing at me. And apparently they had to paint those leaves brown and then blow them. And so they really dive into that.
And then they collected them and put them into a big bag. They
blow them again.
Got the leaves and then they put them in a bag and then they would throw all the leaves out and then cut. And then they'd go get all the leaves, put them back in the bag again, and then go throw them out for the next scene. But my theory on this is, which I have 2, is that it's attention. Is that Lori and Tommy go to Michael Myers' house because she has to drop off the keys. And did the dad ever show the house? We never see that. She drops off the keys. So, but when's the dad going to show the house?
What was he going to show it that day? Because I mean, everything happened on Halloween. So maybe he was going to show it the next day or something.
So did he get to show it since the cop knows that there's a dead dog?
Yeah, we never went back there.
Never find out. But I think because he sees Lori, he sees Tommy, but he's more interested in Lori because they both separate to go to different schools, and then he kind of watches Lori who's singing the song, and I think that he's more interested in her because he does stalk her and follow her, but I don't think time-wise it works. Then when he goes to Tommy's school, when he gets out, and that's when the bullies crush his pumpkin, and which is still a great moment when that one kid just runs right into Michael Myers, and he's just holding him like that for a second. It's such a great thing. So I think it's about attention, and because Michael is following, then it was, Laurie, then you got the three girls, and the one says speed kills, which I think is once again a weird thing to say, but because the guy is, when he drives past them, he's not going very fast. But when
he takes off, he starts to haul ass.
Well, yeah, but when he drives past them, and then Annie says speed kills, the car's like, but it's going faster than what it is driving past them. But so now I think he has seen all three girls. Now they're all in his, his view, and then he ends up following Annie and Laurie to the houses that are across the street. So he's just like, jackpot. I can go kill here. I could go kill there. And then, of course, with Linda, if she had never shown up, if she just like went to a hotel, she would have never been killed. So she was just kind of, she was just a like a bonus kill. Even though, so Michael's like, oh, there's the third chick. Okay, good. Now I can get her too. So I think it's just an attention thing. He might have went for anybody. Yeah. But they got his attention. Yeah. And that's who he triggered. Now, we did go back and forth on this. After watching this, I tend to think that Laurie is Michael. Laurie is killing everybody. Michael is a manifestation, however you say it.
Manifestation. Now I can't even say it.
That she is actually the one who's killing people, but she sees Michael, like, in the distance.
Yeah.
So I think that she is, and you told me that that's already a theory, which I had not heard before.
I'd heard people mention that before, but there's so many things that prove that it cannot be.
But that's like that film I told you about. What's that one that I hate? Where the girl sees the killer killing everybody. It's the
Ward.
No, it's like Taunt something.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
No, you know it.
I don't remember the. Okay, I may know it, but I don't.
Yeah, and then it ends up being her at the end. It's from the director of the remake of The Hills Have Eyes. So now I'm gonna find it. But I hate this movie because.
Is that you? What the fuck is that noise?
That's not me. I got my phone on mute.
Okay.
But just like that film, it's a French film. Is she sees from like an upstairs window the killer? I think it's killing the parents by this car, and she's like, "No, stop!" And then by the end of the movie, we find out that she's the killer. That it's all been in, like she sees the killer. So yes, high tension. Thank you. And,
okay, yeah.
And I hate that film.
No, high tension's great. High tension is great.
No,
but with Halloween, it says so in 1978, Laurie is 17 years old. She's in high school. She has to be a teenager. Michael Myers does the killing in 1963. So 15 years earlier, Laurie would have been 2 years old at that point. And they clearly say on the screen 1963, and then they say 1978. So there is no question about the timeline and Laurie's age, that she wouldn't have been old enough. And I think if that was the case, John Carpenter would have left open ends, as far as he wouldn't have said, this is happening now, this is happening now. And the other major thing that I present to you, that the reason it can't be, is that she's in high school. She's in class, the same, like 6 hours, 7 hours, whatever it is, after Michael Myers escapes, she is in class with all of her friends.
Yeah, and then she sees across the street Michael Myers. It's in her head.
Yeah.
And then she turns and looks again, and he's gone. So,
but then other people see him, like he's in the house.
They see Laurie.
But Laurie's in the house with the two kids, with Tommy and the little girl, and then he sees.
It's like that's like that film Identity with John Cusack.
Oh yeah, no.
It's all in. I
understand that Identity is a phenomenal movie. Yeah.
So it's I mean it's just a stupid thing, but it's I was watching it going, what if Laurie is actually the killer, but she sees Michael Myers like in
that
in a
could totally
mirror.
be, like, for me, my booby theory. That can be your totally out of left field bullshit theory too, where I don't really think John Carpenter was like, well, any boobs he sees, he has to kill him. But that's my funny theory. But I just think for me personally, I think there's way too much to disprove the idea that she was a killer.
We'll see with Halloween 2 when we get to that.
No, no, okay, fuck you. I know there are things in Halloween 2 that they that leaves it to where she could have been. So House of G-Fam said, remember how, oh no, that's not the one, sorry. I always like how Michael Myers could drive the station wagon with zero prior driving experience. So
yes,
that is interesting. And it's funny, Jamie Lee Curtis and John Carpenter, and I know I keep going to the audio commentary, but it's very good. And if anybody hasn't seen it, you really ought to. They talk about that. And John Carpenter's like, yeah, you're just not supposed to pay so much attention to that.
he should have driven away and it'd be like, Irk.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then it dies and he has to start it up again. And then we just cut to him like on a road. It's Irk.
But here's the thing. So we see, John Carpenter, or not John Carpenter, but Michael Myers obviously knew, okay, I'm going to go to a hardware store to get things, to get, weapons to kill people and stuff. And then what else did he do? There was a couple things where he did that, where it was like he had to plan things. So he's obviously not the brain dead, just cold-blooded killer that Loomis makes him out to be, because he obviously thinks about things. He hides in the closet, waiting, or he hides like in the background, and then he comes in, like they fade in the light of his face and you see him there.
But see,
so he's hiding.
That's part of my theory is Jamie, Laurie moves against the wall and it's black. And as she kind of starts to be like, like she's a little out of it, all of a sudden Michael comes into view because he's now taken over her mind and now coming towards her. And now there's the fight between both of them, but it's all in her head.
No, and there are elements to the film that I agree with you that you could go, this is, she's the killer. It's all in her head. But I think they've given us enough evidence to, prove.
Oh,
otherwise.
It's not. It's just a fun theory.
Okay.
It's like so many of these movies that are out there where, they talk about different theories and the theories could never be true because it doesn't make sense if it was a part 1 and you're talking about a part 2 or, it's just something fun.
Yeah. And that's, and I agree. It is fun to explore the ideas, and then kind of, I do like to look at the, point counterpoint. Is it plausible? And I just, we, have to have fun with it. That's all that matters. Hey asshole, speed kills. Hey, OGB and John, hope you guys are well. Predminator.
Okay, thank you.
Doing very well. And, yes, good quote. And, they do talk about that. That's, it's, there's a few things in the movie that I was like, oh man, I hope they talk about this in the audio commentary or that. And there's a few things that they don't get to, but so many of the questions that I had, they do talk about. And then when they're by the bush, when Michael Myers has popped out and Laurie Strode sees him, but the other Nancy Loomis doesn't. And then they go over there and Nancy Loomis is standing there and she's, trying to get Jamie Lee Curtis to come over. And then as the two girls are standing there right by the bush, you do see John Carpenter's cigarette smoke come into the screen. It's clearly visible there. And he mentions that and he goes, and here comes my cigarette smoke.
At the time, it probably pissed him off, but now it's a good story.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's, the thing with making an indie film and part of the stuff that they talk about in the audio commentary is, the guerrilla style filming and how they got things done. Like the Michael Myers house, when you saw it all run down and dilapidated, that's the way the house looked. When they made it look nice, for, like back in the day when Michael was younger, they went in and set dressed that entire house to make it look nice. And then when they were done, it went back to being like a, run down abandoned house. Like stuff like that. It was very interesting to learn in that audio commentary. But anyways, it was fun. I love the idea, and I'm glad that we went back to relook at these, because I've been meaning to watch this ever since you and I had that conversation out there in Vegas about do you need to know why the killer's killing. And that's like with Black Phone, that's like my biggest beef with that movie is we never know why he's doing what he's doing or what's going on. And so I'm hoping that in the sequel that maybe we'll get some details there. But that is something that John and I very much disagree on, is that,
Yes.
I want to know why a killer is doing what he's doing. And that's, one of the reasons I love Hannibal Rising so much is we got to learn what made Hannibal tick. Even though it's the weakest movie in the franchise, it still gives me the details about young Hannibal that I so desired.
And I would prefer if it was not made. I thought the film was okay, Hannibal Rises, Rising. I just didn't think it needed to be made.
Yeah, I liked it. So I think Lori drops a knife 2 times in the finale, which was very stupid. She lets her guard down thinking Michael's dead multiple times. It's horror movies, characters so stupid. Yes. And so, again, in the audio commentary, Jamie Lee Curtis brings that up. She talks about how she drops a knife, and her and John Carpenter kind of argue about when the knife was dropped, because he was thinking of the second time, she was thinking of the first time, and I think they both kind of forgot that it happened twice. But Jamie Lee Curtis was mentioning that people to this day give her shit about throwing away the knife. But she's like, why did you let the knife go? And it is one of those things where, and John Carpenter says, if she didn't drop the knife, we wouldn't have a movie. Like the movie be over. She'd be able to defend herself or whatever, or he wouldn't be able to come get her. So, it is one of those dumb things. And, to give him credit, I mean, this is 1978, and, it was a long time ago. So I expect more out of storytelling nowadays than I do, from 40 years ago.
Well, this had never been done before. I mean, if you think about it, it went like Psycho, Texas Chainsaw, then Halloween, and then Friday the 13th, and then everything started. So they weren't thinking about how horror movies are structured and the final girl and all that. And I think Laurie fights, for just somebody who's supposed to be a 30-year-old high school student. I think that she defends herself pretty well, for just, being a babysitter. And so I think that she actually did a pretty good job on that. But and also technically Halloween is a sequel. It's an unofficial sequel to Black Christmas.
You've mentioned that to me a couple times before.
Yeah,
and
Bob
I haven't
Clark,
heard that anywhere else.
Yeah, has done interviews where he says that it's the killer from Black Christmas, and he gets caught, and they put him in the insane asylum, and then he escapes. And Carpenter even contacted Bob Clark to say, hey, can I kind of do this sequel thing? And Bob Clark said, sure, yeah, you could do it. So Halloween is kind of an unofficial sequel to the original Black Christmas.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's, we're killing teenage girls. Definitely same MO.
Yeah.
So, man, you guys got lots of long, good comments here. I apologize. I might miss some. Watch trailer for Hemoglobin. Very ambitious looking. Nice, DG. Very good to know. Decent. Let's see. Preminator. I'm missing. I jumped ahead some of these. Ask John which Camp Blood is the animated movie he's in. There's an
10.
Animated Camp Blood.
Yeah, I'm the lead voice, the male lead voice in it. It's Camp Blood 10. Okay.
Interesting. Did not know that. Halloween 78 is my favorite, followed by Halloween 2. It's very funny. Halloween 2 grew on me. Very first few watches, thought it was very slow. Hospital being so empty and different tension. Yeah, it was. It's a very different movie. It's the same characters, but it is a very different movie from the first one.
Yeah. Well, and another thing with my theory is, Laurie's all messed up at the end, right? Loomis shoots Michael off that deck. And then once Laurie kind of comes out of her trance type of thing, was that the boogeyman type of thing? Michael's gone because now she's fully awake. And so when Loomis looks down and he's gone, that's because she's not all messed up. She's now focused, so now he's gone.
But then again, to my theory is, well, he's looking at where the dead body should be on the ground and then immediately turns around to go to talk to her. So he wouldn't be looking in both spots to talk to her. But this is a good question here. Do they ever say in the original, what happens to Michael's parents? Did he kill them after his sister? No. After we see his parents show up, we don't even see them go into the house. We fade out, and it's just like implied that he was, taken to the asylum and he never left. We don't ever get what happened to the parents, and we don't, and again, in the first one, there's no inclination that, Laurie is Michael's sister. That is one of the reasons why I do, and I'm not going to sit here and say Rob Zombie's is better than John Carpenter's. I'm not a fool. But I do very much enjoy Rob Zombie's Halloween because we get some of those answers. We see what's going on with the parents.
No.
You may not need it, but I love it. I wanted it. And I enjoyed the fact that the stepdad's cast said "suck it" on it. It had all kinds of little writing and stuff. But one thing said "suck it."
They're all white trash, and it's just like, ugh, no.
But I mean, that's the Rob Zombie fingerprints on the franchise, making the white trash kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's always good that Michael's mom is a stripper and never strips, even though she's on a pole.
Well, she gets down to like the bikini kind of thing or whatever. But John, there are a lot of states in this United States of America that strip clubs, they cannot show. They can only get down to like bikinis, and they cannot go full nude. So maybe Illinois is one of those states. I don't know. But there are, a lot of states in this country where stripping is, they can only get down to a bikini. Don't ask me how I know this. Let's see. Jamie was 20 years old in Halloween, not 30. Yeah, no, she actually turned 19 on the final day of filming.
Joke that most high school movies have like 30-year-olds playing 15-year-olds. Yeah. No, I'm making a joke.
They talk about that in the audio commentary. On the day that they wrapped filming, the very last day, Jamie turned 19. When did Brendan go to Horror Nights? A couple days ago. Not sure exactly. I don't remember offhand, but I think he might either have a video out or it's coming out, one of the two. So John, any other final thoughts on Halloween before we move on to part 2?
No, I mean, I really like it. I think Dean Cundey ended up being one of the best cinematographers out there. The guy is excellent. Yeah. It is weird that I let the credits roll because the music was playing, and I don't know. It says like music by symphony something, and I'm like, wait, I thought Carpenter did the music. I didn't know that so that was weird. It was at the very end where it mentioned like it was done with an orchestra.
So maybe that was because John Carpenter didn't single-handedly, like when he does his concerts, I think maybe he had other people playing other instruments.
I was under the impression that he originally started by himself, and then he moved into Howard Horwath, who worked with him on Halloween 2 and forward. So,
well, I will put a message to Wet Movie 1 because I was in Texas, so I am not going to go get to meet John Carpenter again this next month because when the tickets went on sale, I was in Texas, so I was not able to go. There's going to be the John Carpenter signing. Golden Apple Comics coming up in a few weeks. I will see if we can convince Wet Movie 1 to ask John Carpenter what that means. That's a good question. Why did he not compose every bit of music in the first film? Why does it have that extra credit on there? So.
Yeah. So,
but we should rate. We should rate these movies. I think at the very end, after we've seen them all, we can put them in a ranking order. But for now, on a 1 to 5 star, what are you giving Halloween?
4.5.
Okay. I probably was at a 4.5, but after going in and really looking and nitpicking things, I think I might be. Although, it does get at least half a point for being a pioneering film. So maybe I'll still give it a 4.5. I was going to go down to a 4 just because of some of the goofs. One of them I love. I never caught this before, but in the audio commentary, there's a door that's backwards. They go out the right side, and then when they close it, the handle's on the right side when the handle should have been on the left side when they went out it. That is very funny, and Jamie Lee Curtis calls out. She's like giving John Carpenter shit for that. It's very funny. The audio commentary is phenomenal with those two. I highly encourage everybody to do that, to watch that. Tickets are still available? Are you shitting me, Nocturno? Fuck me. I might have to drive over to Golden Apple tomorrow. God damn it. But I would like to go. That I can't believe they're not sold out. What? Maybe I'll call them in the morning. Thank you for that, Nocturno. I figured they would have sold out a long time ago. But there it is. Halloween 1, 4.5 from John, 4.5 from myself. Halloween 2. John, you watched Halloween 2 yesterday, did you not?
Yes, I have it on this. So it's a double with Halloween 3, but they are on their own discs. So that's nice. So that's how I watched it, was on this.
Very nice. And being a fan of the franchise, my entire franchise is on 4K. And so these are all, the originals are all in the Scream Factory, like box set thing there. But it has the movie, the 4K Ultra HD. Then it also has the Blu-ray theatrical cut. Then it's got the DVD television cut right here. So how about them apples? So we just answered the question.
Oh, it does have the
Johnny Boy.
I need that because
Johnny Boy.
Lance Guest in Halloween in the theatrical version dies. Ooh. In the TV version, he's in the ambulance with Laurie.
So you may
have to pick that up. I'm surprised then that the first Halloween doesn't have the TV cut.
No, I think it does. It says it has the TV footage in it, but it's that stuff. The TV footage when they added it is not in like Blu-ray. It's in standard def or whatever.
Well, no, but is it in the movie?
It sounds like yeah.
Are you saying that Halloween 2 has both the theatrical and the television version on two separate discs?
So and here, so this has Halloween extended cut in HD. It says it has the TV inserts in there, but they're in standard def. They're not in the and they're not.
Oh, so I need I need to.
So this does have that.
Up then, yeah.
I mean, I love these. The artwork is great, and all the goodies and everything there. So, to me, this is a franchise that I was like, I need to have that like all in 4K. So. Let's see here. Look. Cinestalker is in the house. What up, homeboy? The live stream is going well. A little audio issues, but I'm trying everything I can to unfuck this. But we love Halloween too. That's why we're talking about it. We're going to be talking about them all over the next few weeks.
Well,
whoa. You were going to say something, and then you stopped.
Well, I'll get to it when we're done looking at the comments.
I dig me some Halloween 2. Dick Warlock played a great shape. I watched the first as a kid on TV. I watched this first as a kid on TV before the first one. Oh, so you saw part 2 before part 1. Okay, that's cool. James, what's up, James? I'm gooning to tis. I don't know what that means, James. I don't know. I love the Rob Zombie Halloween movies a lot more. Interesting. That is a rare take, Antonis. So you're gonna have to pardon the dogs. They're out there barking, and there's not much I can do about that right now. But Halloween 2. So I did not watch the audio commentary on this, so I'm not going to fill you with all the details of that stuff. But the audio commentary, it didn't have John Carpenter or Jamie Lee Curtis on these. So I was like, and plus, after watching this twice and then this, was like, okay, I need a break from Halloween a little bit. But John, I'll let you, since I went and talked first about Halloween and my theories and everything, I'll let you dive into Halloween 2 first if you'd like.
Sure. I loved it. Now I find it boring. I was really bored watching it this time, even though I've seen the film probably like 4 or 5 times.
Interesting.
Saw it in the theater when it originally came out. I probably watched it more than Halloween. I like the soundtrack better than Halloween. I think, then Halloween 3, I think, is even better than the other two as far as the soundtrack goes. But it's just Laurie slowly dragging herself around. No dialogue. She's stuck in a bed like fucking Halloween It Kills. And it's just nothing really happens. The security guard at one point goes to like one room, then to another room, to another room, to another room, to another room. And he's looking through all the different things and it's going on. And it's like, fuck, how we know he's going to die. Can we just get to it? And then he gets the hammer in the head, which is great. But it's like, why is this taking so long? And
well, I think, it's interesting. And going back to the audio commentary from part 1, John Carpenter mentions that the second act in part 1 is just supposed to be suspense. It's supposed to be build up. They want things to take time to get there. So I wonder if that was part of part 2. I wonder if that was intentional.
I don't know. Rick Rosenthal made a bloodless movie. He wanted to copy Halloween. And Carpenter was the one, because Universal told him to go out and reshoot or add all the blood. So all that gore is Carpenter. But I don't know. I just found it. And he appears in places where it's like, what? All of a sudden, a girl's walking down a hallway and she stops and he's right there. And he kills her. Then a guy is walking down some stairs and he's right there and kills him. It's like, that's a pretty big hospital. And unless he's magical, how is he going from here to there?
Well,
very, very quickly. And it's the script says he needs to be in this room at this moment to kill these people because we need the gore. And it's like, there in Halloween, it made more sense of where he was, even though the bodies in the closet and the one that falls out make no sense. Like, why? I mean, what are you, a prankster? Why would you?
Well, and that's where I think, it shows that he's very smart by hiding these bodies or doing these things. He put thought into these kills or what he was going to do with these people. And that's, I think, and I get what you're saying with this. And I apologize for cutting you off. But I think once we get to the end of part 1 and we get the montage of the different locations and we hear the breathing and John Carpenter's come out and said, this is the boogeyman. You can't kill the boogeyman. That's why he gets up and leaves. You can't kill the boogeyman. So we've determined right there at the end of part 1 that he is a supernatural being, that he can get from place to place. But here's the thing. This is one thing.
You wouldn't need a car.
Well, that's true. But the one thing with this whole franchise, because of John Carpenter only ever thinking that he was just going to do the first one, the rules change throughout what Michael Myers can do, who he wants to kill, why he's killing or whatever. I think a lot of things change. But to me, him getting around the hospital and being in the different places, I just attribute it to him being the boogeyman, and he can just do it.
It's too easy. To me, it's just bad writing. And Carpenter has already said that he wrote this in like a day while drinking a 6-pack of beer or something.
Heard he was drunk. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's also it has some great moments, like the scene where the people are walking, they're going across the street, and then we meet up with the nurses, and they go to the car, and we see the people walking by, and we're hearing the guy's boombox, and he bumps right into Michael Myers, and we get the "fee" sound, and then Michael continues to the hospital. That is a great scene. That is worthy of the first film. Once again, Jamie Lee Curtis, who is out, she is drugged up and out. Michael takes her place, and he goes to the hospital. So whenever she passes out, Michael's killing people. So she wakes up, Michael's not there. So it's, so to kind of go off of my theory, but.
So, and the interesting thing to me too, with your theory is the musical choice for opening and post credits. It's the song Dream a Little Dream. And so.
No, it's Mr. Sandman.
Or Mr. Sandman, whatever it is. But I think they say Dream a Little Dream or whatever in Mr. Sandman because it's about dreaming, right? So it's implying that maybe these things are in her head. There, it is. Part 2 definitely implies that. And with the fact that she is riding off in the ambulance at the end, right when they cue Mr. Sandman, I kind of feel like maybe they were trying to say, oh, this is all either in her head or she's the crazy one, that she's going to wind up at the asylum, which, I mean, we see in later movies, that she does wind up in an asylum, but they do give you more to believe and to go with your theory in part 2 than part 1, I feel.
Yeah. And it's just for fun, but it's the beginning of the film has a massive continuity error, which I even noticed as a kid, is when in part 1, when Loomis shoots Michael off the edge, he goes over the balcony and sees nothing. In part 2, he shoots him off the ledge where obviously the stuntman is walking up a board and then falls off. But then Loomis doesn't go to the little deck. He goes out the front door. And I thought that was weird because it's just like, well, why can't he look and then come down? Why, oh my God, he's gone. Let me get down there. So that was weird. But
also, I think at the end of part 1, didn't he fall into dirt? And
no, he fell into
2,
grass. It was
it grass?
Yeah.
Okay, because I remember in part 2, I was like, the grass is way more visible. I thought it was like dirt or whatever, but okay.
Yeah, I like that whole beginning. I like where he goes to the old woman's house and she's making the sandwich and he takes the knife and he leaves the blood and she screams. And then the young girl, man, she was hot. And she comes out. And then she asked the old woman if she's okay. But then she goes back to her friend. And wow, what 1981, I think it was, how times have changed, where the young girl says on her phone, oh yeah, the woman is always giving her husband a hard time. I guess he just didn't want to put up with it anymore and started beating her. Perfectly acceptable, I guess.
Yeah, no. And she kind of laughed about it like, well, it's about time, she got her ass handed to her or something. Yeah.
And so, and I like her death because it reminded me of the new trilogy, the first Halloween, where he just walks right into the house and just starts stabbing the shit out of the woman. I liked all that, but there were just too many, the guy who gets hit with the car, who they may think is Michael, happens to be the guy that Jamie Lee Curtis likes. I didn't, that's okay. Then we're in the hospital and Lance Guest has this weird obsession with Lori that I thought, wow, that's creepy. Why does he keep wanting to go to Lori? Because
I think he's going to get some, because the friend just said, right, that, that she was into him, right? Or is that a different guy? Am I confused?
Well, the other ambulance driver said, don't. Leo Rossi, who I got to measure for a tuxedo in Pasadena, and we had conversations about Halloween 2, where he says that he got mail at the time where people would take pictures in an ambulance suit and mail it to him. Oh, nice. And he'd be like, look, I'm Bud, the ambulance driver. And he thought that was funny because it's just an ambulance costume. Like, you could be anybody, but they say it's Bub. And then, or Bud. And we also talked a lot about Relentless, which is a really good slasher movie with Judd Nelson as the killer. I think they made 4 of them, 3 or 4 of them, and he becomes the star. Judd Nelson was the main person in the first one, but then Leo Rossi takes over in the other ones. Really nice guy. Got to measure him. He left, and then of course when his tuxedo came in, I got to work with him to make sure that it fit correctly because it was for a wedding. But
nice. So maybe in this I should have put us in ambulance outfits.
Maybe, yeah.
In the thumbnail. And see, I tried with the instead of, the hospital is the HMH for the why am I the name of the town Haddonfield. I wanted to say Hattiesburg, but Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, but I changed it to HMM for Horror Movie Monday. But it didn't come out that well. I just was feeling kind of crappy, so I didn't put a lot of effort into it. But maybe I should have done, us in the ambulance driver's outfit. Although you are phenomenal as a cop, you're a very sexy cop right there, John.
Well, thank you. Well, you're a very sexy doctor or nurse.
I look kind of retarded in that. I don't know what's going on my face. You know what I look like? I look like I'm doing the Justin Bieber look where let me take this down, where you go.
Oh God.
Like you raise your eyebrows and then squint. Little duck face. So, but anyways, yeah, I like to try and have fun with the thumbnails, and that one was pretty cool. In this, the picture there, Michael Myers is not in that doorway. I put him there. You're very welcome. Look at that artwork. That's phenomenal. I did a great job, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Myself on the back for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I do enjoy Halloween too, but I like some of its ripoffs better. There's a foreign film called Cold Prey. Part 2 is in a hospital. I thought that was better. There's a low budget one called Hayride. Hayride 2 is all in a hospital. I thought that was better. There's also Hospital Massacre, which is known as X-Ray. I think that one's a little better. It's just Michael walking and Laurie crawling all the time, but it does have some great kills. I love the nurse who has the short blonde hair. I think she's gorgeous, and I like that he kills her with the scalpel, lifts her up, and her shoes fall off.
The shoes falling off is great.
Yeah, so it definitely has its moments. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just was really bored with it this time. So
yeah, you know what? I wasn't. I enjoyed it, and I've always enjoyed part 2. I like the hospital element. I like that it was a sequel, and we kept the characters. We kept Loomis, we kept Laurie Strode. Those are the 2 most important ones, and then we moved on to this hospital because it's the same night. It's just later that night, and that's the progression of where the day would have gone. That's where it would have gone. So I liked that they took it to the hospital, and the idea of it being late at night. Hospitals always turn the lights down, for people to sleep and everything, visiting hours, a lot of that stuff to work. Now, keeping in mind, this is supposedly a small town in Illinois. So it's not like we're going into a hospital in Vegas or LA or something where it's going to be this massive building with all kinds of people. I've been in, for example, the nearest hospital to where my grandmother lives in Nebraska. That is a tiny hospital, kind of like the size of what, was portrayed in Halloween 2. And, man, you walk around that puppy at night, it is a fucking ghost town. So, so to me, it's plausible because I've been to hospitals like that. But I can see where some people might have been a stretch as far as how few people were actually in that hospital. In a small town, we're not going to have a ton of security in a hospital. It's, and especially back, 45 years ago, it's a different world we live in now, but I liked the hospital. I thought the element was fine.
Oh no, it's a great place to put the film at, and I buy that it's empty because it's a skeleton crew. It is Halloween, so people are out with their kids doing stuff because for all you young people out there, you used to go house to house.
Oh, they still do out here, man. I'm telling you, we get a lot of kids out here.
Oh, out here, it's a parking lot. And you go through the parking lot.
Oh, and so they do, like the city puts on stuff like that out here, like called Trunk or Treat, where a lot of the people go and they park on this one main street, and the kids walk along and get, they stand behind their car and hand them candy there. Churches do things like that, or, but you're right. There's a lot, and it's a lot safer for kids nowadays to do it that way. I do think it's funny. In Halloween 2, the reason for the safety with the kids trick or treating is the kid that walks up with the bleeding mouth and everything that's like a razor blade stuck in his mouth,
yes,
right?
That's from an apple. That's an apple with a razor blade, which assholes used to do.
Oh yeah.
There was, when I was in Marin County when I was a kid, and you could still go house to house. Marin County canceled Halloween.
Wow. Because
kids were getting tainted candy. Some kids had done assholes that put the razor blade in their mouth. As much as I think that scene is pointless, it does happen. So
it added comedy that I felt like that movie desperately needed, because I'm with you. Jamie Lee Curtis being in the bed and stuck there, kind of being whiny and being drugged up and stuff. Her scenes through the middle of the movie were very slow. The second act for Jamie Lee Curtis was very slow. So giving us the things like, the kid with the mouth. I laughed out loud when I saw that, because I had forgotten about that scene.
You're awful.
It was fucking hilarious. It's a movie. It is a movie. And
he has a razor blade stuck in his tongue.
It is a movie. It's a movie.
So I can laugh at anything in a movie then?
If it's a movie, laugh right at it.
I know. Yes. I was watching World Trade Center with Nicolas Cage, and I was dying of laughter during it.
So this is a fictional story. If that's fictional, laugh away. But anything that's like based on a true story where tragedy was involved, different story. But I mean, if it's a fictional horror, everything in horror movies I laugh at. And that's why I understand, like, people like Master Chaos will not watch movies where, where kids are really, they're victimized in an ugly way. Master Chaos won't watch those. That's one of the reasons he really hated, the Terrifier 3, because of the bombing. It's one thing to, bomb, a mall or whatever, but, killing all the kids was tough. Man, Greg, this is, sorry, I have to stop here for a second. I was at a hospital in Kearney, Nebraska, driving a friend from San Diego back to the East Coast, got pneumonia and slight altitude sickness, sleeping up near Vail. That is funny. So the town that my grandmother lives in is about little less than an hour away from Kearney. When they could not take care of her there, when she had to have her heart procedure, they sent her up to that hospital in Kearney. I'm sure it's the same one. But the hospital in Kearney is massive compared to the hospital down by where my grandmother lives. But that is very funny. I've been in that hospital many times while my grandmother was sick there. So the stuff with Jamie was a little bit slow. Like you said, there were some great kills. The hot tub stuff, the girl getting killed in there.
Why doesn't Michael's hand?
Because he's the boogeyman. And I thought about that. I thought about that. Why doesn't his hand burn? He's the boogeyman. He's magical.
Nurse is amazing looking. Thank you for being naked in this film. Yeah. And I bet Leo Rossi enjoyed that quite a bit.
It was probably pretty rough for him. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, poor guy.
Well, he was morally compromised there, I'm sure. But that was a great scene. I like that they took it down there instead of them just, getting it on in that one hospital room where he wanted to at first, where he was hiding under the blanket, under that sheet at first. And then he, she convinced him to go down there or whatever, or vice versa, whatever it was. But there were some good locations. And then it was kind of funny. Like, okay, Michael Myers had the time to flatten all the tires in the parking lot, to damage all of the motors so the cars couldn't start. Like, none of the cars would work. All the tires were flat. So that was a lot of, that must have took a lot of time to do all that where nobody would notice.
A lot of work, man.
So there's goofy flaws. It's goofy horror movie. So some of these things, like John Carpenter said about him driving in the first one, you have to kind of overlook some of this stuff. But I do love how Laurie is hiding in the car. And then all of a sudden, God, what's his name? It's not Tommy.
No, it's Lance Guest is the actor.
Yeah.
who comes in.
But again, I'm drawing a blank because he comes back right in like 2017 or no, the Halloween 2018 or
No,
or Halloween
he's not
Kills,
in
one
any-
of the two.
No,
Not him, the actor, but that character. I think.
I
is
don't think
back.
so because he's
So he
dead.
is.
He dies
What's
in part
that's
two.
what-
In the TV version, he survives because he's in
See,
the
that's what they
ambulance.
show him in the car. They show him in the car,
And
like
he passes
he like
out.
dies in the car, and she flips him back and stuff. But to me, I was like, well, maybe he didn't die. Maybe she got away and the ambulance took him away or whatever. But maybe oh no, you know who I'm thinking? I'm thinking of Tommy. Tommy was in
Tommy comes back.
in that group where they're all getting the mob together to go.
Well,
at
yeah,
that
because
bar or whatever.
Paul Rudd plays him in Halloween 6.
Okay.
So yeah, he's been back a couple times.
But anyway, so she's hiding in that car, and he comes and sits down, and he's like, he's dying. He's obviously fucked up already, and so she's looking at him like what the fuck, and his reaction is like, oh, they're like, I'm like, it's kind of like almost like, what are you doing there? But he's so like on the verge of dying that it's like he doesn't really give the oh shit. It's just like, oh, you're there, okay. I thought his acting right there was phenomenal. I thought the way they shot that and everything was great. I really liked that scene. And man, when his head whipped back, when she pushed his head back, I was like, man, like he could seem like he might have like pulled a muscle or something. His head went back pretty hard. But I thought there was enough of that. But it was weird that Michael Myers could just like all of a sudden he was outside, like way kind of down the parking lot. And, like,
That's what I'm talking about with the script is they write him where he needs to be, but they don't explain. Now I'm getting into the explaining how he gets there. So Laurie's on the ground, help me, which I hate that scene. Help me. And then when she makes it, I used to defend that scene, but I don't anymore. And then all of a sudden, boom, he pops up. And it's like, wait, you were just inside the building.
Yeah.
How did you get out of the building?
Well, he went out the back door into the bushes because he had to take a pee.
Yeah, that probably.
Yeah. And the bathroom was locked because it was after hours.
Yeah. So there's stuff like that. I do like him walking through the glass door.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that is pretty cool.
That's because it's one shot. So and Dick Warlock, of course, is a stunt man. So he just walked right through that door, and it wasn't a cut or anything. So that was great. Pretty cool. The Lindsay, the girl in the first one, the little girl in the first movie, of course, shows up back in the trilogy again. And that's Kylie Richards, I think is her name. Her sister, Kim Richards, I still probably do. I believe she was my first crush as a kid. And because I saw her in Escape to Witch Mountain, and then went to see Return from Witch Mountain, and then she was in Tough Turf, where she was gorgeous, and then she had like a drug problem or something, and then came back and ended up in one of those, the Wives of Beverly Hills type shows, and all that.
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis mentions that in the audio commentary in the first one. They talk about her becoming one of those wives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, the audio commentary in part one is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal.
At some point, I'll check it out. So it was interesting seeing the little girl who plays Lindsay because she looks very much like her sister, and it was like, oh, what has Kim Richards been up to lately? And it's just like, she's just doing all of these reality TV shows and stuff, and So, but it was fun seeing. It's weird when you go back to like what your first crush was. I was probably, because I think she's a couple of years older than me, so I would have been like 10. So I think that was like eight or 9.
That's about the right time to start getting a first crush and stuff.
Yeah.
Jeff says people laughed at the razor blade scene in the theater when he saw it. So Jeff is a psychopath like I am.
Rude.
It's a movie. Kill them kids. Well, as Hannibal Lecter would say, okie dokie. Oh, it's funny. So yeah, obviously I think, the first one is better than this one. I think, in my opinion, I don't think there's any question about that.
Jamie Lee Curtis, who's probably never used or that Laurie who's never used a gun before, shoots him Michael perfectly in the eyes.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. They don't even bother at least having her miss once.
Yeah.
And she's all drugged up, and she shoots him perfectly in the eyes.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, she got lucky, you know. Hey, a broken clock is right twice a day, so you know. Maybe she got lucky. She got lucky. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Well, because Michael is in her brain, so she could shoot him in the eyes because it's her thing. Yes, and Kylie Richards, she is she's related to Paris Hilton.
Oh, that's funny.
The Hilton family. Yeah.
That's
Kylie
funny.
and Kim are.
Well, lucky her. Hopefully she got some of that cash.
Yeah, look, I found that out last night that she was part of the Hiltons. So.
So I guess we should rate this one too. So we both of us gave the first one a 4.5 out of 5. And where would you be with this, John, with part 2?
So with part 1, I'm closer to a 5 than I am a 4. Okay. This one I would give a 3.
A solid 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could go 3.5, but I would rather stay at a 3.
Okay. That's a significant drop off. 4.5 down to a 3. It's a pretty significant drop off.
I don't know what it was. This time I was watching it going, and I hate, of course, all the sister stuff is awful. But the assistant or whoever she is from the first film, that Michael steals the car from, why are you back? Why are you here? To give exposition to Dr. Loomis that things that, they didn't tell you this. Well, they should have told me this. Well, after Laurie's parents died and she went, oh my God, it's this massive, almost like something Tarantino would write with how long it was of them trying to make sense of Michael being Laurie's brother. Yeah. And it's just like you're only here for that. And if this was such a secret, why are they sending her? Like who is she?
Yeah, well, she's a nurse at wherever Michael was locked up, right? So
why wouldn't you send more of an official?
Yeah, but she wasn't.
And they want him to return. That's bad timing.
And it is funny
when he's leaving. He's going to want to go back.
And it's funny too because that happened far before. It was like the day before or something that he escaped.
Yeah, like a day and a half or something. Yeah.
And then when she comes back, and obviously she wasn't in her nurse uniform or anything, but Loomis is like, "Oh, I didn't recognize you. Look, you saw her like less than 2 days ago, bro."
Yeah.
So there are flaws. There are some issues. I mean, there's issues with the first one, but this one, I like it, but it's not nearly as likable as the first one, I think, because the first one is just such a pioneering film. I give this a 3.5. I'm at 3.5. I still think it's good. Some of the Jamie Lee Curtis stuff kind of annoying. And
her horrible hair.
Oh yeah, the wig is very funny because you were talking about that, and then in the audio commentary again, to go back to the audio commentary for the first one, Jamie Lee Curtis talks about the wig that she had to wear and she didn't name the film that she was working on at the time.
The story, the Dorothy Stratton story.
But John Carpenter's like, "Why didn't you keep your hair?" He's joking with her. "Why didn't you keep your hair ready?" And she's like, "John, I had other things to do." And he's like, "Well, you should have been waiting for me." It's a very funny interaction between those two. The audio commentary is great together. So you give it a 3. I give it a 3.5. I think those are both very fair scores.
And if anybody came over and said, "Hey, can we watch Halloween 2? I've never seen it," I wouldn't say no. I still like the movie a lot. Yeah. My problem is the Halloween films, I think, might be the worst as far as continuity goes. And
they're pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because Chucky's good, Nightmare is good, Scream is good. Texas is a little, Texas Massacre is a little
that's just,
but
we've rebooted so many fucking times.
Yeah, I think Halloween's the worst when it comes to that stuff because it doesn't.
But the Boogeyman on Halloween having the boogeyman and having Halloween, the only thing that I think, I mean, Michael Myers obviously was not going after kids. He was not trying to kill the kids. He scared the kids, incidentally, but he wasn't going to try and kill the kids. When that one kid comes running out of the school and runs into Michael Myers and he puts his hands on him, that was a pretty scary moment. And then when Michael's driving around the school and you see Tommy walking, that's a pretty intense moment. But Michael doesn't go after the kids at all. And and that's fine. But, between, really it's, mostly part one, where it's Halloween night and we're waiting until like however late at night to carve a jack-o'-lantern. Like all the kids are out like trick-or-treating or been done trick-or-treating. Why are we carving the jack-o'-lantern so late at night? That should have been done early to put it out for when the kids came up to the house. So there were some timeline wonkiness issues, but I give them a big pass on a lot of things just because of knowing how much of a independent kind of guerrilla style film.
Oh yeah. I mean, completely. I wonder if it would have done well if it was still called The Babysitter Murders.
Yeah.
Like, would we have had The Babysitter Murders 2, The Babysitter Murders 3,
It definitely would not. It would not have made this franchise into what it is.
No, so they were really good with that title change. I think even with Halloween's flaws, it would definitely be in the top 5 of one of the greatest slasher movies ever made. Same thing with like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a first. Yeah. It's and as time goes on and they're able to put these things into 4K and remaster them, and they only get better because then you realize what good movies these are. I hated the Texas Chainsaw Massacre when I first saw it. It's just like, God, this looks like shit. And then you realize, oh, it's VHS, it's dark, and then it comes out on, I remember, Laserdisc. Elite brought it out. And it was like, my God, this film looks amazing. And
there's some films, though, that, man, you in 4K, you see some of the effects that were kind of hidden by the lower def, DVDs or VHS cassettes or... So seeing in 4K some of the effects on some movies has not been a good thing. Oh, yeah. But I think watching both of these in 4K, I didn't think there was any effect that was... The only one that was like really wonky that stood out to me was Michael Myers putting the needle in what's his name's eye.
Her temple. What, the doctor's eye? Or when
the doctor's eye. Yeah, the doctor's eye looked wonky because you saw the doctor sitting there and everything, and then she spins him around. And when you get the close up of, the head, which is obviously, a prop, it's not a real head with the eye, the prop didn't look great. Probably some of the issues in seeing in 4K would have been hidden, with the lower def. But, things like that. What are you going to do? It's, practical effects in 1978.
Yeah, I mean, they're not thinking about that. I mean, I just watched and reviewed for Film Discussion Night of the Living Dead, the original, 1968. And I watched the Criterion edition, which is like the best that you could get. The problem with it being so crisp and clear is you could see all the zombie makeup. There's a point where a hand comes through like a window, and one of the characters is using a butcher knife to cut the fingers off to try to get it out. And you can actually see the line where the hand was in a mold and they just stuck it together.
They didn't even kind of like file that down or anything, huh?
No, because you're not, it films in black and white. It's 1968. You're not thinking about that. But then when you get it from Criterion,
they'll never see that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, now you can see it. But which is why I've always made a point of trying to find the worst possible version of Night of the Living Dead, because I think that's how you have to see it. Film jumps and scrapes and, crackling noises because it's bad sound. And I think that more like a documentary.
Yeah. So next week, Halloween 3, Halloween 4, we're doing those two, right?
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to watch along with us, watch Halloween 3, Halloween 4. I recently, I mean, like in the last couple weeks, watched Halloween 3. Well, no, it was like the day before Creep I.E. Aftermath. It wasn't that long ago. So I may, when I rewatch Halloween 3, I may watch that with the audio commentary, depending on who it is and what it is or whatever.
Makes sense. Yeah, I remember you saying that you were watching it. I was kind of going,
Yeah.
oh, why is he watching Halloween 3? That's weird.
Yeah. And then part 4. Part 4 is not bad. It's not the worst. Definitely not the worst of the franchise. So,
God, it's such a horrible direction it went. I mean, I like Danielle Harris and stuff. I have nothing against her at all. But the whole thing with Jamie and then in part 5, the kids all mute, and it's just like, this is awful. This is so horrible. What a bad decision.
Could be worse. NG says, my favorite horror movies were the ones my dad dubbed when he was stationed in Germany. The grainy footage made it better. NG, that's funny because of having family that was overseas, like in Okinawa and Germany back in the 80s. I am on that same boat. I have seen some of those films that showed up on a VHS cassette with no label or handwritten label. Here's E.T., months before you can buy it in the States. So stuff like that, I definitely remember watching that stuff back in the day on our 2-part VCR. It was, do you ever see one of those VCRs? It's like one part's the receiver where the channels for the TV would be. And the other part is where the cassette, actually the VHS would go in, and you set them side by side. It was the weirdest shit. And then you had to connect them together with the wire. Yeah. But it was a thing back then. It was a thing. So I think the idea was so you could stack them, and so it wouldn't take up as much space as wide or something.
Yeah, remember the 2 VHS that you could put in because you could record them.
My forehead. What is going on?
And then, but of course, back then the VHS tapes, a lot of them had jammers. So if you recorded them, they came out like a black and white, or they would fade in, fade out, fade in, fade out.
Yeah. They would look like the Playboy channel when you didn't have.
I remember that. We had a box and it had like a red and black button on top, and you could switch between the different channels. But if you held them both down at the same time, you got Playboy channel, but it was all staticky.
Yeah. That's funny. The things that we had to go through back in the 80s, right?
But kids will never have that. Gen Z won't have anything like that.
I know.
That's what made things great is when your friend got HBO or Showtime, and then all of a sudden everybody was at that friend's house because nobody else could afford it. It was really expensive back then. And or if you spent the night at a friend's house, you did the Playboy thing when the parents went to bed.
Yeah. So it's funny. Now that you mentioned that, I remember. So Fluffy and I, our first jobs, we both started working at a Taco Bell on the same day, and so both of us being named Philip made shit confusing for the management and us. But it was fun, and so that's where we got to know each other. 15 years old, and we were hanging out before we got our driver's licenses and stuff. I remember us going back, I think, riding bikes from the Taco Bell back to Fluffy's house because his parents were both gone, and we dipped into his dad's porn stash, and it was frozen burritos, and I think that's right, it was frozen burritos, and porn movies all night. A bunch of us hanging out. It was hysterical. So yeah, but that's what you did back then. That's what you did.
Yeah.
And not to throw Fluffy's dad under the bus for having a porn stash, but a lot of dads back in the day had like the stack of Playboys or the porn collection or whatever. So it was a thing.
Yeah, Playboy channel, they did the porn, the adult porn, but they would cut out all the explicit stuff. And so I think that's where I first discovered like Ginger Lynn and some of the probably like Chrissy Canyon and all of them was static cut
Knowing the
porn
names.
movies on on Playboy. So
that's funny. Jeff says Cinemax was the go-to channel for nudity. Yeah, and that's why. Yeah, Skinemax. Oh, and which is hilarious because so I turned on the HBO Max app to watch Peacemaker, right? and there's all the new releases. I don't know if it was Rolf Konevsky or not, but they just remade Emmanuel. So, and if you remember the Emmanuel movies, it was basically a girl going around banging whoever she could.
Oh
bang.
yeah, I own a whole bunch of them right over there. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I want to make.
What are we doing at
Emmanuel
your house? We're over here watching horror movies at your house. What the fuck, John?
Yeah, I got the whole Black Emmanuel
yeah.
series, and I want to make Emmanuel in Las Vegas. And I was told talk to Rolf about that. So, but I would love to make Emmanuel in Las Vegas.
Funny. Fluffy says, you and Fluffy watch porn movies together. Nasty. Yeah, no.
Yeah, they were doing this to each other.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. No, really. Hanging out with a bunch of friends, watching porn, having frozen burritos all night long.
Nothing like it.
There's nothing like it. It was a great time. We had a lot of fun. But anyways, I think I'm going to take my ball and go home now. Jeff says, we had an adult drive-in in my town. What? It was surrounded by huge floodlights to block the view from the road. However, there was a magic spot that allowed a clear view. Hilarious. I've never heard of an adult drive-in. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I know they've had those theaters, but I've never heard of a drive-in.
We had one in Marin. Because my mom and I lived 45 minutes away from where I went to school. So by the time that we got out of school and did whatever we needed to do, it would be dark as we're driving on the freeway. Literally right next to the freeway, and you could see the screen, was an adult drive-in.
Oh, funny.
And it's the same drive-in that they made porn movies at. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been to that, that drive-in. And but it was, in the 80s. So like early 80s. So like the popular, stars were in it. But it was, they eventually closed it down because people were complaining that you could see explicit sex as they were driving by.
That's funny. Greg says, yes, I so remember the Emmanuel films, and there was a ton of them. Yeah, and we know Rolf Konevsky. I have a picture with him, from All Night Horror-thon a couple years ago with Master Chaos, him and Ben Stober. But great dude, very nice guy. But Rolf directed a bunch of the Emmanuel movies. NG says, I never got the black and white, but I got a VHS with Jaws, Willy Wonka, and Texas Chainsaw. That's a phenomenal VHS. If you're a kid back in the 80s and you get to triple feature Willy Wonka, Texas Chainsaw, and Jaws, like, you're in heaven. Get the popcorn out, let's go. And a pitcher of red Kool-Aid with a whole shitload of sugar in there, like, we're doing this. I had the Playboy channel on my cable box and HBO and Showtime and Cinemax. Oh wow, man. You were a lucky child.
Yeah, you were rich back in the day.
Yeah. I remember when my parents first got HBO, and it's like now seeing some of those throwbacks with the HBO logo flying in. And then the logo moves around, or when it flies over the little town. And that always reminded me of the Peter Pan ride at Disneyland, where you're flying over the little town. Great stuff. Anything else to talk? Oh, John, you released a video today on your channel. Did you not, sir?
Yeah, that's the with Donald. That's the film discussion where it's original versus remake. So it's funny. Donald did Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and then the remake he did was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. God, does Charlie and the Chocolate Factory suck?
And Tonus is gonna hate your guts. And Tonus loves that one.
Oh my God, is it?
That's one Johnny Depp, right?
Yeah, it is so horrible.
I've never seen it. Yeah.
And then even with Willy Wonka, I hated everything until they got to the factory. Once they got to the factory and Gene, Wilder showed up, it was brilliant. But everything before that, you lazy fucking people just sleeping in a bed for 20 years, get up and get a damn job, so then you just don't have to eat cabbage soup. Like, come on, what are you, Gen Z? Go get a job. And then I did the original Night of the Living Dead, and then the Tom Savini Night of the Living Dead, but it's the cut one, which is fun. So so that's out on the channel right now.
Very cool. Yeah, so everybody go check that out. Make sure you're subscribed to John over there if you're not watching on his channel right now. They also had a bookstore and nude dancers where they sold food before it went porno. That is hilarious, Jeff. That is like Vegas needs that. That is something they should do in Vegas right now. Have an adult drive-in theater, and like you can order food to your car, and the girls that bring it would be topless, and they bring you the food, and put like the little boing. They bring you the food to your car like they would at a Sonic or something.
No.
That I'm giving people in Vegas an idea. Go do it. Put it on the outskirts of town, way out there, whatever. At least that's what I heard. Yeah, Jeff, I don't know if you're being a little facetious there or wink, or if that really is just what you heard. But that would be, a lot of people would love something like that. There was an adult shop in the town over where I lived in New York, but there was a strip club in Newburgh, New York, where the porn stars would feature dance. And that's one thing I do know. You would see on the signs, like there's one area, San Diego, Kearny Mesa, that has like, and I don't know if they're still all there or not, but there was a ton of strip clubs in this one area. And there on their signs, it would say, special guest star, so-and-so, or whatever her name would be. So I guess they would bring in these porn stars to dance or whatever, draw a crowd. Okay. Well, a couple more.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, John.
It's so I don't know if a lot of people know this, maybe people my age, but you could get arrested in LA for making a porn movie. And so all of these people moved up to the Bay Area because you could shoot anywhere. So a lot of these films that were shot in like the 70s and the 80s, I went to a lot of those places because they were all shot by where I lived at the time. But the video store that I worked at, a lot of these people stayed in the Bay Area. I'd get porn stars in there all the time. And I would be like, I know you. and it's I've seen your penis. And it's
wow. That's not the direction I would have went with my memories.
Well,
and John and his massive right arm.
That's right.
Coming out looking like Quagmire.
Yeah. And then you would have, you go down into San Francisco, and that's where, the Behind the Green Door and the Mitchell Brothers, and like Cliff and I would go out and we saw Marilyn Chambers and Bunny Blue, and we saw all these people. So Marin County, the whole Bay Area, was a massive hub for porn stars. Funny.
House of G-Fam wants to live like Charlie's grandparents, just lay in bed all day. They probably had the worst bed sores and like hemorrhoids and stuff.
How would they poop?
Yeah, no, they get out, get up to, you slide your butt over and have a bucket and just thunk right in the bucket.
God, did I hate Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? If this wasn't for a video, I know I originally saw it and turned it off within 10 minutes. And then I'm like, I hate this movie. So I'm like, fuck, I'll watch it now because Donald's going to review it. And I watched the whole thing, and it is probably Tim Burton's worst movie. It is awful. Wow.
I haven't seen it. I'm dodging it. I'm good. It
is. It is.
Gene Wilder is a god. We don't need to mess with Gene Wilder.
No. He even questioned why was it made before he died.
Yeah. Tim Burton ruined Johnny Depp, and he's doing the same to Jenna Ortega. Tim Burton actually overrated. When that's interesting. Maybe we should one day kind of go through Tim Burton's movies and talk about them, because there's some good stuff there, and then there's some questionable stuff. Man, yeah, I'll tell you. We'll tell you, man. Beetlejuice, bomb juice, boring juice, and
boring juice. Yeah, I went to. This is when Danny Elfman was coming back with stuff because I'm a huge Oingo Boingo fan. And it was, Danny Elfman celebrates the music of Tim Burton or something like that. Oh, okay. And so it starts off, with like Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It's got an orchestra and all that. It had some of the stars from, like the Nightmare Before Christmas. So like Danny Elfman was there, he sang, and some of the stars were there too, like Paul Rubin. But it started with, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And everything, and then all of a sudden, Planet of the Apes. Like barely anybody clapped. So that's the film, I think, even though I love Planet of the Apes, I like his version of Planet of the Apes. That's, I think, when his films started to go downhill, was with Planet of the Apes. Because just nobody clapped for that.
Makes sense. We need to... we got to wrap it up. I got to hit the road. But a couple more comments here. Jeff met Amber Lynn. That's cool. I couldn't tell you who Amber Lynn is, but that's cool. I can. And how many titty bars are in Vegas? That's a good question. There's a lot. I do believe there's a lot. But I don't know. Never been.
I can't say. I don't think I've been to any of them. I'm not.
Last time I went to a titty bar was for my brother's. What do you call that? When right before a dude gets married, when all the bachelor party.
It's bachelor party.
So, but this isn't for the current wife that he's been married to for a long time, and they have like 5-year-old kid and all that. This is for the ex-wife, and so it was a long, long time ago. It's been a long time since I've been in one. But John, everybody, we're gonna head on out. I don't mean to ignore any of your comments. Jeff just says, true story. She went with me to one of those little viewing booths. Hilarious. You Amber Lynn showing you which ones to watch. And Greg knows, San Diego, the Kearney Mesa area, man, that's it. That's it's where they all were or are. John, anything to add before we go home tonight?
No, I think we are done.
Right on. Well, it's been a lot of fun. I had a great time. And next week, 3 and 4, there we go. Look at them buttes. We're going to be talking about those. So join us, same bat time, same bat channel next week. Horror Movie Monday. Thanks, John. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a blast.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
And all you out there, have yourselves a good one. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's Horror Movie Monday, you already know. Chills in the air, and the tension's low. OGP steps up, setting the tone. Always in charge, sitting on the throne. Sean Ward steps in with a confident stare. Nipples getting hard from the icy glare. Monsters in the back, creeping through the dark. Lurking in the silence like a phantom arc. It's Horror Movie Monday, lights down low. Screens on the screen, let the madness flow. We laugh, we jump, we scream, we play. Every week it's thrilling in a twisted way.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Fuck you!